In the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder has ruled out forward Jalen Williams for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow against San Antonio because of a hamstring injury. The Orlando Magic is hiring San Antonio Spurs associate head coach Sean Sweeney as its new head coach. In the NFL, New York Giants receiver Gunnar Olszewski was carted off the field at OTAs today after sustaining a non-contact injury. ESPN reports the Giants fear that Olszewski tore his Achilles. In round 3 of the French Open, Novak Djokovic blew a 2-0 lead and was upset by 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca. Major League Baseball suspended Milwaukee Brewers reliever Abner Uribe 1 game for his DX crotch chop celebratory gesture that he made during Tuesday's game against the St. Louis Cardinals. Uribe will appeal. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Elijah, put the camera on me.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
Right. Hey. Come on in, and with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3,
Well, how many?
not 4.
What about it?
Not 5.
7 more.
That's right.
Not 6.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 7.
No matter how.
And when I say that, I really believe it.
You really
No
believe
matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, look.
We'll do it live.
On YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Thank you, Bill.
Just do it.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
We are indeed the Odd Couple on a funky Flashback Friday.
Woo!
No doubt about it. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
The Stu Gott Show.
On the planet.
The Aaron Maller Show.
On the planet. There you go. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about
Only
that.
time
Ben.
it counts, right?
Ben, we can't count people asleep listening to your
You
show.
said he's been doing it for 30 years. You got to stop.
There you go. Write it down. Commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there who can't figure out the letters and the numbers.
It's not trigonometry.
It's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line and it's your own fault, you know why?
You forgot to.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
No doubt. And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough because.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
And with all that said, always remember.
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweet Yeah.
All right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host, the wrong Kelvin Washington.
Kevin!
The who?
Wrong.
What was I wrong about? See, this is what I be talking about. Rob G, I see you shaking your head.
You were wrong last night.
You are
were
so predictable.
confident.
I said, I thought they were going to win.
It's so crazy.
What is crazy?
I thought he was hosting First Things First, Nick Wrong, but I'm actually working with Kelvin.
This is what I be talking about.
I'm just saying.
You still ain't said you was wrong about the Cavs versus the Knicks.
You were so confident.
Yeah, I
last
thought
night.
they would win Game
You were
6.
like,
I did.
Rob G, you remember he's like, they cut it to 7 or 8.
Yes.
And then they're going to win by 7 or 8. And there was no, it's fine. It wasn't like this is my thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they just lost by a few. They got blown out.
They lost. What you want from me?
You know it.
I got Thunder in 7 is what I said.
All right.
I still got a shot.
Alex, you see what I sent to him last night.
Yep. Kelvin put wings
silly
on it.
rabbit.
No.
Silly
come
rabbit.
on. See, that's why I told you I ain't putting wings on
Yeah,
it.
Put wings on it.
No, I wouldn't put wings on that.
Why not? Game
Come on,
7?
everybody knows it's Wemby.
Oh, you're talking about the same 7. I was
Yeah.
talking about why I didn't put on Game 6. I gotta see. Let me see what the headlines are.
Mystery 7 games.
There you go.
You shouldn't have to
see.
think.
He ain't confident about anything. All right, anyway.
No, I ain't putting on some.
I just can't give you a whole spiel.
Can't give you the whole spiel.
Why can't you?
I don't even know where
you
you're sitting at.
And the extra laugh.
I'm sitting right next to
I
you.
don't know. You might be in Detroit. You might be at the crib.
Could be a hologram.
You might be here. You might be a hologram. Let me see if you're real.
I'm real.
All right.
He said, "Don't touch me."
I'm
Over
real.
here talking about they game. Hey, Rob G, you want to talk about, it ain't this how bad they look. The Cavs didn't even get a game. And then you know what they
to
did?
The last series instead of talking
just
about,
like what
talk
you
about,
do.
Talk about
I
what
learned
happened
from you,
Talk
Rob.
about what happened last night.
I learned from you.
You walked out of here last
The
night.
Lions lost to the Commanders.
You walked out of here last night with his chest puffed out. Oh yeah. Oh, they cut it. Oh, they cut it to 7 or 8. They're going to win by 7 or 8.
That's what I thought.
I'm convinced. And then they get blowed out. His phone
They got
dies
smizzed.
because we can't hear from you.
I told you. I responded. I said, I don't want to talk to you. I just did a whole show with you for 3 hours. I don't want to talk to you. Can I talk to my daughters?
No.
Daddy, as soon as Rob G, the garage open, what they do? Run at you. Here I am. Rob Parker. Leave me alone.
You like, as soon as he gets home, he don't want to hear from
I don't want to
anybody.
hear from you.
All right. Hey, make sure you check out our YouTube channel, and if you want to watch us as well as hear us, you could do that as well. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button.
You think Ilo get the numbers Monty does?
Ilo?
Yeah.
Ilo doesn't get numbers.
Hell no.
No, not like Monty. He doesn't have what
Do you
Monty
think they want
has.
his game-worn shirt?
You know what?
Okay.
Yeah, I need to,
Ilo.
So
put
bright.
Put the camera on Ilo.
Okay, you know what?
Oh.
Ilo.
Maybe I need to adjust this microphone.
Tell him Ilo.
Ilo. You know what? There is a thing called sun out there. Can you get...
There's also a thing called skin cancer out there. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
That's a real thing. Hey, Ilo,
But
tell him
Ilo-
sun's out, guns out.
Ilo, he doesn't even look white. He looks bleach. Is that a color?
Hey, you know what I like about Ilo? He manned up and did it. He ain't act all weird. He's like, man, what? I'm here. You see him? Ilo, you just went from here to here with me. You were already here. You just went up some more with that.
Just wait until the end of the show, baby.
All right, now let's see. Settle down. Hold on now. I might take it back already.
Hold up.
I see your brain. See,
I had a
just
line.
go.
I'm stopping.
Just go. I see your brain.
Caution.
I already see your brain.
Don't get fired.
I was going to say.
I already see your brain. See? Alex, don't support this.
I like that.
It's good. Ilo, you'll know. I can't say it on the air. I still have a family to feed and a career to hold on to. Okay.
Cinnamon needs some money.
Cinnamon, hey, Daddy, I'm just going to
All
tell
right,
you the last
okay.
5,000.
All right, here we go.
I burned through it.
Let's welcome in the Odd Couple.
You burned through that.
We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer. Bud Mexican.
Where's Bud
Alex
Mexican at?
is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
One more time, Alex.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
Whether you're working here or anywhere else, you're a hidden talent.
Man, he
Remember
done
that.
kicked you out already?
No, I'm just saying. I know Alex got a busy schedule. He's working hard, trying to make that cheddar. Remember, Alex, it's always better with the cheddar. The
Thank
Cheddar
you, Rob.
Boys from Detroit.
It's true. Cheddar
Oh,
don't
boy,
talk back.
boss up.
Only I would know that. You know
That
what
was
I
a
mean?
good pull. Hey, I ain't going to lie. That was a good pull
I'm
with
from
the Cheddar
West
Boys.
7 Mile, okay?
Oh, boy.
Hey,
And
yo.
Ilo,
Good pull right there.
Isaac Lowenkron is at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
Never heard of him.
yes,
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Too good for work.
is at the is our social media guru. I know Elijah doesn't come in
He don't
anymore.
come in no more. They ain't been sweating me lately.
You know?
Where you at? You coming in or not? Whoa.
All right. Well,
Elijah.
all right. Let's
Flick
talk
the
about
screen
last
if you
night
hear
game.
me, Elijah. I'm
Yeah.
just messing with you.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Elijah, don't settle for that.
Whatever. Don't be
take
setting
that.
up your HRU. Don't be trying
Hey,
to butter him.
Elijah!
Don't be buttering him up for your HRU.
I'm giving Elijah a break. I haven't asked him for anything for like 3 months.
Is he even here? Knowing him, we think he's here. He could be in where do you think he is? Tahiti?
Nah, he's here.
Greece?
So, all right, let's talk SGA and his poor players continue.
The Thunder, man, they obviously had a chance to win a big game and go to the finals for the second year in a row. They don't do that. Shout out to the Spurs. They play well from the jump, as you mentioned earlier. and were really able to just take control of that game and pretty much dominate after that. But when you start to look at some things, man, and I brought it up to you yesterday and a couple of times throughout the last week or two, start talking about SGA and what he has been doing, or Rob, what he ain't been doing. And it starts to get to the point where I start having conversations of like, all right, this is getting kind of weird that the current two-time reigning MVP, the guy who is the finals MVP, four-time All-NBA player, he's starting to get a little away without some of this smoke, Rob. That was a big game last night. Your team, you win, you show up MVP. You guys advance to the finals. Because what do you always say about a Game 7? You never know, right? And you don't want that if you're the Thunder. But yet,
well, we saw it in the Pistons series. They blew out.
You don't want to.
They blew out the Cavs at home. So you can think, oh, they forced Game 7. They're going back home. They're going to advance.
Absolutely.
And then they got blowed out in Game 7 at home.
And I, if you're the Thunder, you got to be thinking, hey, obviously that's why you win all the games. That's why you have it at home. But the point is, you never know. And so you don't want that. And so what you expect is for good players and great players to show up at least par, but most great players advance. They play even better in the postseason. That's why we remember them throughout their heroics throughout their career. And when you look at what SGA is doing, man, look, Game 6, an elimination game, they could win this and go to the finals, Rob. 15 points, 15 from a guy that averages 32 and averaging, 50% plus for 4 years, 30-plus points. 0 for 5 from 3, only 4 assists, minus 28 in the plus-minus. So then you start to go on, okay, well, maybe it's just a game. No, he has been struggling throughout this postseason. And when you look at what he's doing in this particular series, the conference finals, Rob, he averaged 31 throughout the regular season. He's down to 24. Field goal percentage, 55 during the regular season percent. He's down to 37.9, Rob. So my point is he's getting away with this because what's the narrative on him? The flopping.
I'm gonna give you the reason he's gonna get. He's not only getting away with it, will get away with it.
And he's talking about we're flopping this, flopping that. Nobody's actually saying flop or be danged. He's not playing well, and it doesn't just matter with the conference finals. You go back to the way he played against the Lakers. He wasn't that great versus the Lakers as well. So I'm looking at this as a similar thing, and you and I think we've talked about it. I wasn't obviously doing the show with you during that run with the Warriors, but I used to always say when I was at the other place, and I think you actually feel me, Steph Curry used to get away with a lot of games not showing up, missing out, bad turnovers, bad defense.
That dipsy doodle behind the back turnover was one of the all-time worst turnovers. I mean,
and Clay and Steph used to get away with that. And I'm like, yo, this is the two-time back-to-back MVP, first time ever unanimous. Why is he not getting any smoke for his performance in the finals, for his team getting it up a 3-1? I felt like individually, not just the Warriors, Steph didn't get enough smoke. And I'm looking at Shea, and I'm saying, hey, man, if your team mess around and lose tomorrow, a lot of this is on you. You have not played well throughout the postseason. You haven't shown up. You've been inefficient. You haven't had big nights when you've needed it. And I'm looking at Shea like, all right, two-time MVP. All right, finals MVP. It's about time for you to show up because you've been letting your team down and he's been getting away with it because they got a bunch of guys, right? So many different guys
That's
contribute.
not the reason, no. I'm going to give you the reason why. Shea will get no smoke because he's already a made man. People will not hold him accountable because, A, they don't think he's that guy. They don't believe he's that guy despite the numbers. He's won a championship in his back pocket, and he's got back-to-back MVPs. Okay, so what are you going to say? He's a made man, and people don't expect, really, I hear you. You're doing all the numbers and all that. He could say, well, they were 8-0 to start the playoffs. They're doing, despite him not playing well, and you have all the numbers. We talk about all that. Winning covers up everything when you win. When you don't win, people take a look at it, but he's a made man, and people are already cashed out or checked out on Shea. I'm serious. They've checked out on him as far as expecting him, his greatness, to have some 8-year run, to win no, and no.
Are you saying no, he won't, or no, they don't care? You know what I'm saying? Like, because
they don't care. Okay. They don't feel like he's in that air already. So it doesn't matter. They want him to go away, to be honest. They're happy he's not playing great.
No, listen. The Spurs have fans that they never had in their life.
They want him to go away. It'll be 80-20. Not talking about fans in San Antonio or OKC. NBA America, 80-20 Spurs. 80-20.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
NBA America. Not the
I agree with that.
They don't want to see Shea. They're okay with this. They are. And they don't, and that's why he's not. Oh, what's happening? 2-time MVP, but nothing. You get nothing. Well, think about that. Nothing.
So I'll give you that more so on the kind of your general Joe public. I'll give you that. But we obviously, this is what we do. This is our livelihood. We consume this stuff, and it'll be interesting to see if they were to lose Game 7. Will he get that smoke award? Be more broad, thunder smoke, from the the pundits, the folks who do what we do, the analysts, the guys who have all these shows.
Nope.
It's interesting to me because I'm like, he's not, dude. You haven't been showing up throughout this postseason the way you normally have.
They win,
and great
one win away. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
they're one way away from getting to the finals again. So where is the smoke? Until they get knocked out, there'll be some, but it ain't gonna be heavy.
But I'm saying
it ain't gonna be black.
But will you give me this? And it could be to your point of where we hold certain people, but LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, and
he ain't in that group.
But I'm saying 2-time. But that's the thing. Now you're a back-to-back MVP.
He ain't in that group.
You're looking at. Remember, we look at LeBron now 20 years in. I'm talking about even his 8-9 years in. We would have not let him have a Game 6 elimination game, Rob, where he had 15 points when he averages 32.
Shea is not in that group, and that's why I'm telling you.
Maybe that's an awareness. Maybe that is a awareness for him. Like, dang, you not in that level, even though you got the accolades.
People
right now,
got no panties and no bunch over him.
Because that's crazy for a 2-time MVP to go for 15 in an elimination game where you could have gone back to the finals and, you not get that smoke. Because, there's in our last 20 years, there's a group of 7, 8, 10 guys who would have got a lot of smoke for that if they showed up like that.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Why isn't SGA getting more smoke for his inconsistent play in these playoffs? It is the odd couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And we want to hear from you. We value your calls. Hit us up, 877-99 on Fox. It is the odd couple. Stick and stay.
Especially if you need some help deciding on an upcoming college in the US of A.
Well, if they do, Alex, I got them. If you're thinking about what's next for yourself professionally, whether you're looking to move up, switch fields, or finally finish that degree, University of Maryland Global Campus has your back. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates to arm you with the skills for today's job market. Affordable, online, and built for working adults. UMGC offers programs that help you build lasting skills in leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Apply by June 1st and save with no application fee. So go to umgc.edu.
Jalen Brunson was talking about his team, and one of the things that he said that he took the most pride in is the winning culture they have there with the Knicks. And he said that it, quote, starts with Mr. Dolan. Rob, do you agree?
And I could not disagree more. In fact, I'm not going to be the only one, but there'll be others. And I get it. New York is in an uproar in a good way, a frenzy. First time in 27 years they have a team in the NBA. I get all that, and fans might not care that much, Kelvin, but James Dolan is a reason not to root for the Knicks. From the standpoint that you don't want to see a bad guy, bad owner for most of his career there, owning the team, win. And I think that there's something about that. And I'll never forget, I don't care what anybody says, the way that James Dolan treated Charles Oakley, who was a guy that I covered when I was a Knick beat writer back in the 90s. I saw that guy dive into more crowds, more scorers tables, to get loose balls, to do whatever he could to win. Everybody always said it was a shame that Patrick Ewing never won a championship. I'll tell you it's a shame that Charles Oakley never won a championship. Nobody that I ever covered or saw in the NBA played as hard and gave of themselves more than Charles Oakley. And James Dolan, with his ego in the way, instead of looking at Charles Oakley as a fan favorite and trying to work out their differences, had Charles Oakley thrown out of Madison Square Garden. Thrown out like a bum, like he didn't matter. And I can never forget that and never look at James Dolan again and think to myself, there's a great owner. That'll be great to see James Dolan holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy and smiling and drinking champagne and smoking a cigar and talking about how great it is. And the other part is the Knicks have been bad for a long time, and he's been at the helm of it. And yes, things have turned around. They're in the finals. I guess for most fans, it's all going to be forgotten. You know, they're just happy and schmappy and all that because the Knicks are in the finals. I'm not one to quickly forget. I am on the record. I do not want to see James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, win an NBA championship. He doesn't deserve it. He's been a bad owner, a bad guy to fans, had fans thrown out, and had one of the all-time fan favorites in Charles Oakley thrown out of Madison Square Garden like a bum. And I can't unsee that.
Well, let me just add to the list. Speaking of lists, he's got a blacklist, man. The New York Times did a really good piece on this some time ago, and I listened to the pod about it. And he's so petty. You know, we got Fetty Wap, we got Petty Wap. I mean, listen to what this. We got Tom Petty, James Petty, what I'm going to call him. Listen to what he would also do to add to what you were saying, Rob. So there would be a blacklist for lawyers who ever had lawsuits against him in any of his businesses. So they would come not even just to a Knick game, Rob. They would come to Madison Square Garden. You know this. There's concerts, there's plays, there's operas. And they would come in there, and they have facial recognition right now, the technology. So these lawyers who are maybe suing him for their client about something will walk in, their facial recognition would get binged, and they would get escorted out. Literally, this happens all the time for lawyers who oppose him, any of his businesses, who are suing him for something. Like, how petty is that? I bought my tickets to go to a concert, to an orchestra, to an opera, to a whatever, and I can't get in. Not to mention, you mentioned the Charles Oakley. And as well as this, too, he even goes on social media sites, and if teenagers, young college students, blast the Knicks, talk about him, you know what he does? He has them monitored, and those folks to make sure they can't come to the games as well. So I can't root for a guy that's that petty. We talked about this yesterday. Wemby, you want to be the face of the league, there's going to be criticism. There's going to be bad games, and it's going to be time you got to stand in front of the media and say, hey, I didn't bring it today. The team didn't play well. You can't only do it when it's gloating about you and it's all praises. Well, James Dolan, part of being an owner is people are going to be mad at you. Fans aren't going to be happy, and especially when you've done terrible things and run the organization as they've run it since he's had it. Now, what I will credit him for was finally hiring somebody who has had some competency with Leon Rose, who was the president of basketball for the Knicks. don't think they heard you. What are we now, 50, 60 years later since this song, Alex? They ain't heard you. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Funky Flashback Friday. We'll talk a little Knicks here in a little bit. By the way, Patrick Ewing, he is hilarious. Have you seen all the memes of him? That from him wearing that old Kango looking hat, and they're like, based on how he look, what car does he drive? People are like El Dorado, and people he looks like the old black man in a basketball movie that opens the gym up early for y'all. Custodian.
You know what's crazy? That was my dad's favorite car, the Cadillac El Dorado drop top. Ooh, yes, that's what my dad
was doing it big.
He was into the Cadillac.
Wow.
But back then it was me and my buddies and all that, and the kids. 6, 7 kids in the back seat, no seat belts. You know what I mean?
It was a different era back then.
Oh my God! Like seriously, driving around.
No seat. I don't remember no car seat. None of that.
No, there was no such thing as a car seat.
Just get in the car and buckle up and shut up. Maybe. All right. Now you was destined to be in Detroit. You was riding Cadillacs as a kid.
Pops had the Cadillac.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. By the way, University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. Let's take some calls, Rob. SGA, not playing the greatest this postseason. Where's the smoke? Do you not care? Is he already a made man? What say you? Who we got?
All right, let's kick it off. With, of course, my phone is acting up. Here we go. Jay in Virginia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jay? How are you?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing? You're doing a great job, man. Love the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Jay.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And you guys got some great points about SGA. But one I want to speak on is the fact that he's a little guy. And when I say little guy in the NBA, 6'3", or shorter, they're considered small guys. You got to realize they get a lot of sympathy. If you look at Jerry West, I mean, he's the darn logo. He was 1-9 in the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when you look at what's his name, Derrick Rose up in Chicago, a lot of people think he's the second best Chicago player ever behind Michael Jordan. AI, if you ask certain people about AI, the way they tell the story, you would think he won that finals.
Right. But Shea is not 6'3".
Yeah,
he's 6'6".
Your point is valid, but Shea is 6'6". He's
not
a
6'3".
little different. He's a big guard.
See, people don't. I like what you said. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But to the lay person, when you look at him on screen,
right,
he's small, he's frail, and that's what I'm saying.
I get you.
That's fair.
That's fair. And he falls a lot.
Yes, exactly. And see, it's just the opposite of with Shaq. See, but Shaq never got calls because he's such a big guy. So
no
he had
doubt.
no sympathy.
Right. No,
I
hear
thank
you. Hey, Jay, you got some good points, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
Jay.
Yep, we appreciate that. Nathan in California, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Nathan? How are you?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Good show.
Appreciate that. Hey, quick, Nathan, how long you been listening?
I've been listening since before when Broussard was a host. I've been listening about 5 years now.
Wow, amazing! Thank you. And what'd you say? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob. Normally, Rob, I don't agree with you a lot of things, but I agree with you on this time. And here's why. I think a lot of stars are guys who become hyped up and they're told to be the next big thing. That didn't happen with Shea. Shea worked hard to become a really, really top-level player. So I think that factors in, Rob, just like you said, as well as the fact that he's finally won. But I would also say this. The Thunder are a really, really good team, but we're not looking at one of the all-time great champions. They struggled to win a title last year, and they're facing a team that has the athletes, the size, and the speed to give Shea trouble. So what we're looking at is a great matchup. Matchups make all the difference. So I think if he loses tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be as intense as it was a great superstar who came to the league and was told he was going to be the greatest thing.
Hey, you make a good point, Nathan, that, he was just this young, talented guy for the Clippers, but nobody really thought he would become two-time MVP. So he has kind of been self-made, so I'll give him credit for that.
One more we'll squeeze in before we get to ILO and the update. Kenny in Mobile, Alabama, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kenny? How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing great.
I think, I think he's a great player, talented, but I think, just based off this series alone, I think the Spurs are doing a great job being physical with SGA.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting to foul line usually like he does because the officials are not going so much for the flopping he did. Well, I'm not going to say it's flopping.
It is flopping.
Balls. Well, it is. I agree, Rob. It is. But
it's flopping. It's okay.
But he's not getting to the free throw line to get in a rhythm. So, his step back is not falling. So if he's not getting to the foul line and getting that rhythm, it's throwing him off.
That's a good point. And they always say if you're off a little bit, get to the foul line, make a couple of shots, see him go in, and it'll help you.
Right.
So, yeah, good point there, man. We appreciate it. Thank you for the call.
Hey, real quick, can you look over here? This is unbelievable.
What am I looking at?
You can't see it.
This man just got a whole look. This man is in. You ain't popped the tag?
I got the tag still on the pants, inside my pants. They were on sale.
They were originally $130. You got them for $44.97.
With an additional.
Knowing you, I'm about to say, and what else got off?
25% off.
All right.
I was like, "What is this in my pocket?" Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on now,
Alex.
Hold on now. Cinnamon ain't here right now. Relax. Hey, man. August needs to get here fast enough so you can get your little rendezvous at Magic City because you ain't been acting right ever since you get too excited about that.
Nah, it'll be good. All right, let's get caught up.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you for your updates. You need Rob G. Put that down, producer extraordinaire. We'll have a new segment called "Here's Rob's Deals of the Week."
And I just was like, okay, I got a good deal.
Let's see if Ilo cares about this. Ilo's
always in for a good deal.
Speaking of good deals, and thank you, Kelvin, by the way, special hello and thank you to the 2,700 new followers I've gotten on social media since the start of the show.
Oh, is that right?
You're welcome.
Mostly
Easy
from
peasy.
Suntan Lotion Company.
I'll take endorsements any way I can get them.
And you know what? Rob G's a big UCLA fan.
Where are we going with this?
They lost.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
St. Mary's.
I didn't know we were going.
Rob G. St. Mary's. They won like 90 games during the year, and they lost in the first round.
Well, I'll have to march back through the bracket. They can do it. Speaking of
Rob G, don't stand for that. You acting like a caller right now. You backing down, Rob G.
You went full Yankees. Never go full Yankees.
Well, speaking of do or die in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder has ruled out forward Jalen Williams for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow against San Antonio because of a hamstring injury. Speaking of San Antonio, the Orlando Magic hiring San Antonio associate head coach Sean Sweeney as its new head coach. In the NFL, New York Giants receiver Gunnar Olszewski carted off the field at OTAs today after sustaining a non-contact injury. The Giants fear that Olszewski tore his Achilles. In Major League Baseball right now, the Atlanta Braves a 4-0 lead at Cincinnati after 3. The Braves' Ronald Acuna Jr. led off the game with his 4th home run of the season. In Pittsburgh, the Twins and Pirates tied at 3 in the top of the 3rd. The Washington Nationals up 3-1 over the Padres in the top half of the 3rd inning. The Guardians have jumped out to a 4-0 lead over the Boston Red Sox in the top half of the 2nd inning. The New York Mets just took a 2-0 lead over the Marlins in the bottom of the 1st. The Cubs' Ian Happ hit a 3-run home run at the top of the 1st inning for a 3-0 lead at St. Louis. That game now in the bottom of the 1st inning. Happ now with 13 home runs this year, his 3rd straight game with a home run. Earlier today in round 3 of the French Open, Novak Djokovic blew a 2-0 lead and was upset by 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca. Rough day all around for Djokovic. He threw up on the court at the start of the 5th set, and also after the 2nd set, he became irritated at a TV cameraman for getting a little too close. Listen.
Can you come more in my face? For God's sake, make some space.
I'll make some space for you guys. Back to you.
Man. Yo, those umps, they take a lot of abuse from those players, man. Ilo, appreciate it. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Odd couple on a funky flashback Friday. Rob, we know the Knicks are in the finals. We obviously will find out tomorrow, Spurs, Thunder, who it could be. But on the Knicks end right now, this has been, I've seen all the old heads from, former days. I've been doing all the podcasts and all the shows. They've been all over the place. We've been seeing them, Allen Houston, Patrick Ewing, Spreewell, Marbury, and so on and so forth. You had some thoughts about specifically the older players and how they should feel and maybe something they should ask for.
No doubt about it, Kelvin, seriously. And Elijah, I don't know what camera you want me on. Right here, I got a message. Okay. This message, hello, is this on?
It's
this
on.
message is for Patrick Ewing, John Starks, all the Knicks that are there, Latrell Sprewell,
Allen
Houston, all you guys. I'm dead serious. I'm talking to you guys. If you want this to be right for the Knicks, make people feel good about the entire thing, you got to go talk to your owner, James Dolan, and you have to make amends with Charles Oakley. I'm dead serious. And I get it. Nobody wants to endanger their spot with the team and tickets and being around by speaking up. Charles Oakley was your brother, your teammate. And I'm not saying that Charles Oakley did everything right, but my man, come on, guys. He didn't deserve to get thrown out of Madison Square Garden like some dog.
Not like that. That was crazy.
It ain't right. I'm dead serious. You got to get these guys together for a powwow. How can Charles Oakley be on the outside looking in? It don't feel right. I told people the other day, a reason not to want to root for the Knicks is because of James Dolan. Because I can't unsee how they manhandled and treated Charles Oakley. I was there. This is not some video that I saw. I'm talking about I covered the Knicks for the Daily News back when Charles Oakley was a player. Nobody gave more of their body and their heart and their sweat and their soul for the Knicks, diving into the crowd for loose balls, giving his effort, doing everything he could to help that team win. People used to always say, Patrick Ewing deserves to win a championship. And I agreed. But I used to say, don't forget Charles Oakley. He deserved a chance to win a championship as well. It ain't right. Come on, man. He was your teammate for some of you guys. You have nothing but respect for Charles Oakley as a basketball player. People have differences. We saw Magic and Isaiah sit down and finally bury the hatchet. Make this feel good for everybody who loves the Knicks and wants to be a part of this championship. How in the world could Charles Oakley not be a part of this? How can you guys feel good to sit there knowing one of your brothers has been ostracized and kicked to the curb and treated illy? It ain't right. Patrick, John Starks, Allen Houston. I covered all you guys. I've known Allen Houston since he was a rookie in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. You got to get James Dolan and Charles Oakley to bury the hatchet. Do you know what great that would feel for Knick fans if before everything you saw those two guys together and they said, you know what? We both were wrong. We both made a mistake. And Charles Oakley is a Knick for life and a part of the family.
Can I add some context to what you're saying?
Sure.
First of all, I applaud and commend what you're saying. You know, obviously I grew up outside of Detroit and I was a Pistons fan. And to think of like Isaiah, Bill Laimbeer, and Rodman.
Can you imagine Bill
Dumars,
Laimbeer being on an outcast?
When you literally, he's that version for the Pistons. Here's some things just to add a couple of context. So he was recently shout out to Scoop B. He had a chance to talk to Oak, and this is what he said. He said, I've been to 2 games this year where John, Patrick, Allen Houston, Clyde, Walt Frazier, and they were all there. I was in Cleveland. These guys haven't spoken to me yet. In a game, they haven't spoken to me. I don't know what it is or what I did. I mean, playing 10 years in New York with Patrick, you come to Cleveland, you've been to my house 20-something times, you know, and I'm at the game and you don't speak to me. There's something wrong with that. So, you know, I'm thinking about it like a plantation over there. Is he running a plantation? So
is that heartbreaking? That's heartbreaking,
and you
Kelvin.
brought up something, Rob. I do think I don't know the personal interaction, but I do think there's something to I don't want to mess up the wave. I don't want to, you know, everything's going good. I don't want to get kicked out. Because I told you yesterday, whatever day we did the whole thing about James Dolan, he's been known to keep people out, lawyers out, teenagers who say something bad on Twitter, come to the game, the electronic facial recognition,
and they pull them out of the crowd.
So I think the players are kind of like, I don't want to mess this boat up. But here's the thing. Everything you said, I completely understand. I agree. And the only thing I can think of, because I thought about this, is if the older guys don't want to mess up the younger, meaning this current teams, or I don't want to make a distraction. I don't want to make you guys are having
I didn't say anything publicly. I said get James Dolan and Charles Oakley together. And then for those guys, if they could agree to
that would be powerful.
It would be powerful.
If game 1,
powerful.
Or I guess in essence, even maybe game 3.
And they go, let's welcome back home.
That would be
Charles
huge.
Oakley or whatever, and he goes and sits with Patrick Ewing and John
100%.
Starks and Allen Houston and all those guys. He didn't play there for a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. He said it. He was a part of the Knick fabric for 10 years.
Yeah, it would only make sense. You literally go Patrick Ewing, and the very next name you always go is Charles Oakley. You go, man, Pat, Oakley, and them. That's how you refer to those 90s teams. And it only makes sense. You will love to see it. We saw it recently. I believe it was this year, when Kevin Garnett went back to Minnesota. He hadn't been there. They had a riff when he left, and they hadn't really been right. And they welcomed him home. Fans went crazy because they're like, it's long overdue.
They got new owners now.
Exactly.
Right.
He said the new owners have been great to him. And they're like, come on, we need guys like that who embody that Charles Oakley, blood, sweat, tears for the team. You need that energy in the franchise. So I would love to see that. He deserves it. Bygones be bygones. I don't know if James Dolan has that in them to be that type of person, to move on from the petty. But everything you said makes sense, man. I just don't think James Dolan's cut like that. I think he's cut from that. You hurt me. I'm mad at you. Screw you. We'll never talk again. That cloth. And it's unfortunate because Charles Oakley deserves to be along this ride. Imagine if this team wins it and he didn't get to be there to be in the mix and
But it's just not right. Like I understand issues happen. It just doesn't feel right to me, and that's all I'm saying. Charles Oakley's not a
chance to be the bigger man. You know what?
It's not
maybe Oakley did say something.
He's not a fringe guy, though. Oakley,
100%.
He ain't a fringe guy. Like the idea that would be like them throwing and I'm not gonna say because Walt Clyde Frazier, of course, won two championships and been a broadcaster for a long time, but not being a part of the Knick family.
He's part of that fabric. Yeah, absolutely, man. It only makes sense. And I hate
hope
to
they
hear
my message.
I hate to hear
really
what he said there too. I hope he hears that, and I hope he hate to hear what he told Scoop. That my guys don't even talk. It's one thing, hey man, we can't, Dolan tripping, but it's love with us. For them not to talk to him, it's like, well, what's that all about? You know what I mean? Sometimes I can't deal with you because Dolan's tripping in public, but I'm gonna see you in Cleveland. I'm gonna dap you up. I'm gonna hug up on you. So that's disappointing to hear there, man. But maybe something will come out, and maybe they'll hear this, like you said, and they'll patch it up because it only makes sense to me. Only makes sense. That would be amazing. Game 3, they bring him out. All right, on the way, Shekel City Tyrek Player of the Day as well. Stick with your boys. It's the Odd Couple on a funky Flashback Friday, Fox Sports Radio.
But one of the storylines coming into this game and throughout this series has been the officiating, right? SGA is a flopper. He's a foul merchant, so on and so forth. Last Friday, we talked about on this show that Dylan Brooks got in partnership with Underdog Fantasy and created a game and a commercial about the unethical hooper aimed at SGA. Well, yesterday, we found out that an attorney office who represents SGA sent a cease and desist letter to Underdog, Dylan Brooks, and the like, demanding that they remove the website, remove the commercial, stop making fun of the unethical hooper. And to their credit, Underdog Fantasy said, no, hell no, we're going to leave it up. We are not taking anything down. This is fair use.
I'm mad at SGA. Rob, he was supposed to go full Rob Parker on this one and say, you know what? I'm about to own this thing. This is what I would have did. I would have ordered, what they say, they made 100 of them. I would have ordered all 100, and then y'all would have got a dope shot of me and all my teammates playing the game in the locker room. I would have went full on troll on this, because listen, he's talked about it before, Rob. He says, look, I get it. If I was a fan of another fan base, I would hate me. If I was a fan of another team, I wouldn't like me. He said, but I guarantee you I know a fan base that loves me, OKC. So at this point, I would just lean into the villainism. Like, I'm sitting here doing all the right things. I'm sitting here trying. We play hard. We play competitive. When I score 40, you interview me. I got my whole team behind me, so it's not about me. It's about we. I will be like this, Rob. This is how I'll be if I was the Thunder. Y'all don't love us? Let it be known then. I would say this. I would say y'all don't love us. We play hard. We play defense. We're good. We score. We've won the championship. We did it the right way. We've been building the team up. We don't just go pluck a bunch of superstars. So while Kelvin, get tired of the flopping, if Kelvin, were on that team, I would just own it. I would just say, you know what? The refs ain't calling it. Y'all keep talking about it. Y'all doing think pieces about it. You got social media posts about it. Everybody's making a thing of it. Yet we keep winning. We're winning. We're playing well. I'm MVP again. And, Rob, I would truly just lean into it. I would say screw it. And I'd have bought all those games, had my whole team in there playing them, might come out with a T-shirt with the cover of the game on it. And at this point, I really mean this, just lean into it because it's been the story. We had Antonio Daniels on yesterday. He said every time he does his show or he does calls like he calls on our show, it's the first thing people bring up. He said they don't bring up the high quality of basketball. They don't bring up this. They don't bring up that. So I'm just owning it. Right? And you know that villains make for good stories, right? We love our movies where you have your story. You got to have Professor X. You got to have Magneto, right? You got Batman. You got to have Joker, so on and so forth. So dang it, I would go ahead and be that because they've tried to do all the things the right way, right? Sam Presti's done it, built it bottom up. Draft picks, teams, small guys you never thought about, and low, guys you don't even know their names. They come together, they play hard, they have a coach you don't even know his name, and they play well. They're united, they play defense. And it's like you would think that's what people would love, but the flopping that they do has been the thing that turns people off. So I would just own it, Rob. I would become the OKC villains.
Here's my thing. I'll say, Kelvin.
Yeah,
it's the weakest move in NBA history. To here you are on the steps of going to another, NBA Finals. Yeah. To be worried about filing suit and having your lawyers be involved in any of this. Any of this, if it's going to happen, would be in the offseason if I really was that bothered. But how in the world could this make this a story bigger than if you don't do this, it's not as big of a story? Why do you care? You just won another MVP. You're on the cusp of you're one game away from going to back-to-back NBA Finals. Why are you involved in this? Why would you care? So what? Who cares?
The only thing I'll say, Rob,
everybody's not going to like you.
Yeah, I just think I told Rob G this. You know this from being in the business. I have agents. I'm assuming you had agents. Like you just. I wonder if this is them doing their due diligence.
I fired mine, but go ahead.
Yes. Oh, you did. and I'm wondering if it's just like I'm locked in. I'm focused. He hasn't been. And listen, SGA hasn't played great, by the way. Not just in this series. He didn't play that great against the Lakers, and we thought, they're just a little off right now, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't looked spectacular. He's been a lesser version of what we normally get from him for quite some time. So he's locked in. He's trying to find a way to win. He's locked in with his team. You mentioned it. They're a game away from going back to the finals. I don't know if this was him as much as this, I'm your business manager, I'm your agent.
No. Kelvin, do not do that. Do not do that.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a funky flashback Friday. Shout out to DJ Adley Alex on the ones and twos. We still got a lot going on in the show. Rick Bucher next hour. We'll talk some Western Conference Finals and some other things happening in the NBA with him as well. Looking forward to that. Plus, of course, we'll have last call a little bit later on. Your chance to get in there as well. Right now, let's get to Shekel City.
Welcome to Shackle City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
All right, how'd you do?
Here we go. Last night, remember, I only did 2 games, 1-1. Got the basketball game right. Yay. Thank you, LeBron.
I hit it so good today.
Yeah, man, did I hit it?
Take some time, Tiger.
Man, did I hit that something? That was something else.
Hold on, bro.
Man.
You
got a tissue for me?
Pants right now. Relax.
Alex, you got a cigarette? I'm sorry. I need baby oil. I do. All right, 1-1 last night, 149 and 118. 31 games over 500.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. All right, tonight I got the Kansas City Royals plus 1.5. They're in Arlington to take on the Rangers. My best bet, the Yankees minus 1.5. They're in Sacramento taking on the A's, who are eventually going to move to Las Vegas. Yeah.
You did?
I went last year.
Okay.
It was nice. Nice, very quaint and intimate scene. And then the Phillies minus 1.5. There's not often that the Dodgers are underdogs at home. Phillies minus 1.5 at the Dodgers.
That's a good point.
I'm taking the Phillies. So again, Phillies minus 1.5, Yankees minus 1.5, and the Royals plus 1.5. And remember, Kelvin.
What's that?
I'm not telling you who to bet on.
What you telling me?
I'm telling you who I bet on. And
Did I do that?
Did I
do that?
I will tomorrow because I'm going to go to the Dodgers Phillies game. I am. I got great seats.
You going with Timothy Parker?
No.
No.
Why? Is he going?
You know he's from Philly, so he
was asking.
He
you
wants
about
to.
going?
Yeah,
I'm so okay.
Yeah, he's trying to go to one of those games. You might see him out there. All right, let's get to your tire rack play of the day.
The tap control by Fox back here to Champagne. Into the hands of Wemby into the shot clock. Step back, straight away, 3. Got it! Victor Wembanyama on fire to start the game. 3 threes and 11 points.
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Beep, 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 beep. We'll do it one more time so we can.
Everyone knows it's Wemby. No graphic.
We
I
ain't get
guess
it.
okay.
All right, Elijah, damn.
Elijah, wake
Come on,
up!
Elijah, I'm trying to get you to Wemby.
He's too busy listening to Jim Rome's replay of his show from earlier today.
See, there you go.
Rob, you hit him with an HRU?
Is that what it is? He's
Might
too
be.
busy trying to do something. Yeah, you got him cutting the video right now.
Elijah,
No.
cooked Kelvin.
He's over there. He's listening to 97.1
Stop
The Fan now. I don't know.
I still keep forgetting to listen.
Oh, yeah.
How is it? Anybody, Rob G?
Rob G, have you heard it?
I hear all things.
Well,
I hear on air and off.
But he
air
heard
things.
it because he's producing half the shows.
I pretty
there.
much
They probably are.
I'm just saying.
Rob G, hey, man, real quick. I know you're busy. How should I? How would I? How could I?
Yeah.
Look at
He
you.
called during our show yesterday. He's like, "You guys during the middle of the show?" I said, "Yeah." All right, real quick. You talk to me and Alex for like 15 minutes.
How's it? Have you listened to it all?
Yeah, I've listened to portions of every show so far. Yeah.
You said they ain't us. Come on, Rob G.
Well, nothing's the odd couple.
There you go.
Rob, boy.
Not even the first odd couple or the second odd couple is like this odd couple.
Whatever, Rob
You
G.
know there got to be a dig in there somewhere.
It was it's like you. Low key, it's y'all Robs. That's the problem. Is y'all Robs
No,
together.
you know what? The one thing I will say that did bother me legitimately is they give out the number even more than Rob Parker does.
Do they really?
Well, the show I listened to, I was like, man,
That's
every
saying a lot.
segment you're giving out the number? Damn.
That's saying a lot.
Well, that's different, too. It's local radio. You know Rob G.
I know,
you
but
never worked for
then
local
I'm just
radio.
thinking about my guys over there, Shay, Bursch. I know Raj in the morning. I'm like, they don't want to screen no damn calls all 4 hours a day.
They need somebody to give an opinion.
They don't got a board op. They got one producer doing everything. And I'm like, damn.
You got my man Raj over there sweating.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to Raj.
Shout out to Raj. Shout out to
All right. By the way, that was from Spurs Radio. On the call there, your tire rack play today. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Real quick.
Yep.
CJ Stroud. This is where people can't read like the room or whatever
Come on,
they
CJ.
like. He has the nerve to say he's held up his end of the
I held
bargain.
my end of the bar. What you want from me?
Dude, do you know
I
how
ain't throw
poorly
all the turnovers in the game in the playoff
you
when
know
it
how
mattered most.
How poorly he played, and they had a Super Bowl defense that they may never have again. Right. Like that can come. It's fleeting. You know how that is. You never know.
It can be good, but not that great.
Exactly. That was great. That was Super Bowl great. Sorry, CJ. That's why you don't have your, new deal.
CJ, for the context, he was just saying that he's held up his deal, waiting on a new deal. We both agree that CJ. You might just want to lay low, enjoy the new haircut.
And how about play well?
And ball out. It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder has ruled out forward Jalen Williams for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow against San Antonio because of a hamstring injury. The Orlando Magic is hiring San Antonio associate head coach Sean Sweeney as its new head coach. Coming up in 15 minutes, Game 5 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals from Carolina, with the Hurricanes holding a 3-1 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. In round 3 of the French Open, Novak Djokovic blew a 2-0 lead and was upset by 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca. In Major League Baseball right now, the Chicago Cubs with a 4-3 lead at St. Louis at the top of the third. The Cubs' Ian Happ, a 3-run home run, his third straight game with a home run. Mets on top of the Marlins 4-0 in the top half of the third inning at Citi Field. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2.
Number 2.
Here on the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Fox Sports Radio. Got the Odd Couple in full effect on this funky Flashback Friday. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. You obviously can listen to the show, but you could also watch it and see how Kelvin looks.
Just stay there.
Okay.
Say something nice.
I was going to say you look
fighting for your life to say something nice.
Very, very clean today.
You like my new sweater?
Very
I
nice.
got this that day. That you told when I had to go to the country club thingy, yeah.
Very nice.
And then I got a little button up, underneath it because I was like, they might not let me in.
No, you're good with that. All right, just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, hit that subscribe button. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Rick Bucher's coming up in about 28 minutes. Of course, podcast host, author, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, and much more. We got that. So we have so much to do in this hour number 2. But Rob G,
bars.
Let's do this. I was moved when I heard these comments. And, there was a firestorm of controversy with the New York Football Giants. And Rob G, people in that storm talked today.
Absolutely. And in case you live under a rock or you've been not paying attention to the sports media world, last week, New York Giants quarterback Jackson Dart ruffled some feathers when he introduced President Donald Trump at a rally in New York. In the immediate aftermath, Abdul Carter, the defensive end pass rusher they got on their team, tweeted out, quote, "Thought this blank was AI. What are we doing, man?" And since then, it's become a big firestorm, both in New York and nationally. Earlier this week, we find out that Dart addressed the team along with some other leaders on the locker room. They say everything's all good. And then today, both Dart and Carter met with the media. First, Dart saying he had a prepared statement about 4.5 minutes long, didn't actually invoke Trump's name one time, only saying that he valued the office of the president, and that's why he thought it was important for him to accept the offer to introduce President Trump. Abdul Carter.
Can we do this? I want to say this first before you get to Abdul Carter and play it sound, Rob G. I do want to do this. I'm going to dismiss Jackson Dart from the conversation because in his prepared statement and whatever, he just, again, Rob G., you just mentioned it, didn't mention Trump. If it was that important and you support Donald Trump, you should stand up there and say you support him, and then it's fine. I just don't understand. You're going to go there, talk about how important it was, and the president calls you or whatever, and people have gone through his social media. He's liked a ton of tweets from Donald Trump. So say it. Stand up and be a man. Boomer Esiason has the nerve to say that Abdul Carter's not a man. If Trump's your guy, stand up and say it. Just like we had a problem when Tom Brady had to Make America Great Again had in his locker. Don't say, I don't know how I got there. Or you don't, what? It's in your locker. Say it. Trump's my guy. I rock with Trump. I would have way more respect for Jackson Dart if he said that today. Goodness gracious. I don't understand it. You're so honored and thrilled to go and see the president, but you can't say his name now? Man, that's weak to me. Okay.
That's facts.
So Abdul Carter met with the media as well, and he shared his perspective on the incident. Take a listen.
Well, first off, I want to say that some things are bigger than football, and this is one of those things. Jackson is one of our leaders. He's the face of our franchise. He not only represents himself and what he does, but he represents all of us, and that goes for anybody who wears a Giants uniform. But if he chooses to align himself with a man like President Trump, it's my responsibility, based on what I believe and what I stand on, to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world. And that doesn't mean that we have to spread hate. It doesn't mean that me and Jackson hate each other or we have beef. I sit next to Jackson every day. Every team meeting, we close, we talk. You know, as long as we make sure we got the same goal as a team and our goals align, which they do, and I feel like that's all that matters. So I just want to move past this, and yeah, that's it.
Hey. Bravo, young man. Hello? Bravo, Abdul Carter. You're my favorite player in the National Football League. And he said some things are bigger than football. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to stand by and just act like everything's okay and not say something when I think something's not right. He has that right. And he's right. He didn't have to hate Jackson Dart. But just because Jackson Dart thought it was okay and it was an honor to be thrilled to be with President Trump, mm-hmm. Abdul Carter's not going to deny what he see, what's happened to his people, and acknowledge it and say, I'm not with that. I don't rock with that. Abdul Carter, proud of you, proud of your words, proud of the way you put it together. This was not off the top of his head or he was just reacting. This is a well thought out, grounded person. He could be a football player. I got millions of dollars. All I care about is me and my tax breaks and all the other stuff that make me rich. That's not who he is. And I don't buy jerseys. Rob G, Alex, Kelvin, I'm not into that. I'm buying my great nephews, Christopher and Carter, both Abdul Carter, New York Giants. I grew up as a Jets fan growing up in Queens. Giants, nothing. I'm going to buy both of those guys Abdul Carter jerseys because I want them to know who this guy is and I want them to follow a guy like this.
That's real, Rob. And I'm going to tell you what I like about this. You know what I like, Rob? When Rob G read that the original quote he said, the original tweet that Abdul Carter put out. And it was,
thought this blank was AI. What we doing, man?
And what he received was a bunch of backlash from that. You mentioned Boomer Esiason, people coming out talking about him. And what I love about this situation, the conversation we're having, Rob, is that Abdul Carter doubled down on his stance. He articulated his point extremely well, and he told you where he was. He didn't cower. He didn't back down. He didn't say, oh, well, I'm scared. That's my teammate. We talked about it, and everything's good. He said, no, this is where I am. Still respect the man. Sit next to him. We are single-minded trying to win for the Giants. But I have to stand on this, and it's principle. And you and I have talked about this. Let's just cut to the chase and call some things what it is. You got some years on me. But in my entire life, and I would imagine yours too, for the most part, if a person was a Republican or a person was a Democrat or a person is independent, you can have a quick philosophical difference, but it wasn't so visceral. It wasn't so fill a boundary of hate, and you got to pick a side, and it was like, yo, I think this, you think that. I don't disagree. Okay, you can keep moving on.
As far back as, right, George W. Bush, no, people went to the White House.
People went to the White House with Reagan, with Clinton, with Bush,
Nobody
with
ever
Obama.
went like, oh, I'm not going to see George W. Bush.
And that's my point of why. So Jackson Dart, someone will say, what does it matter, ho? This has become so divisive. And really, this is really, a lot of people are going to view it this way, Rob, where I'm going. This ain't just policy. This is decency.
There you go.
And I think
there you go.
And
there
that's,
you go.
Policy has existed since man was created.
Policy's less taxes and less government.
Should we help the homeless more, a little less? Should we? What's
that's
the border?
Policy.
But a lot of people have been offended by the decency or lack thereof from this administration for multiple occasions. The way they've handled things, the way they come right out and take and get rid of DEI.
And we live in Southern California. The terror with ICE here that we witnessed.
So
I never saw anything so bad in my life.
People don't understand that's real. We had kids not going to school.
People wouldn't even go to graduations.
People not showing up to funerals or weddings or graduation. So what I'm saying, and you don't even have to agree with the policy, my point is there's been a lack of decency at times from this administration that I think that's what Abdul Carter. It's not about necessarily a tariff. He's more like there's decency in how people have been responding to this administration, both first term and second term. So that's that. And then to continue with Jackson Dart, you're the quarterback. Let's say if that's how you feel, I rock with, you mentioned, I rock with Trump. He didn't even let the Giants know. The Giants responded to, I don't know if you have that Rob G. They had a statement. Essentially, I'll paraphrase, we didn't know he was doing this. They had nothing to do with us. We weren't down with this. We found out 30 minutes before he was on stage. You brought the fans into it. Come on, go, Giants.
Go blue.
Go. And you made this a thing. You didn't just show up quietly in the back and maybe somebody saw you. You didn't just, like you said, like a post or something. Okay, we can disagree, but that's fine. And that's what I need Jackson Dart to understand is if you're going to be the face of a franchise, there's a certain way you're going to have to conduct yourself. And I think there's an element of entitlement or ignorance with him. And I mean that respectfully, where he just doesn't get it. What happened last year when people were, hey man, you keep, you're taking these hits and you're not sliding, that's just the way I play. Did you not watch my high school tape, my college tape? You're going to have to deal with that. That's just me. Whoa there, rookie. There's an element of him that I think he has a grand delusion of what situation. First of all, people are hoping you're great. Hopefully you'll have a great career. But right now, you ain't all that.
You ain't there yet. You haven't arrived yet.
To be saying that, to be acting like that, and to be pulling stunts like that when the team doesn't even know, your teammates don't even know. So there's a lack of, like I said, a lack of awareness right now that's happening with him. So bravo to Abdul Carter for standing on business, not allowing people to go, well, he didn't mean it, and just don't be quiet about it, and don't let it. He said, no, that's my guy. I root for him.
But
this is where I am. This is what and this is what I stand on. I applaud that, and I applaud the other party said we ain't got to hate each other, and that's the message that's missed right now. Everything is a line in the sand right now. You got to hate everybody for hate everything. You go on social media, everything is a hate. I could come on today and say, what a beautiful Friday. It's already Saturday in Australia. Are you stupid? Like, that's just where we are. And Abdul Carter said, I'm going to be adult enough to know I don't have to agree with that. We can talk about that. We can still root and play together. But I'm going to make it known I don't agree with this and that and his stance.
And his first statement, there are things bigger than football. Hello? Is this on? Football is a fleeting part of his life. Maybe he wants to have a family
10,
and kids and whatever for their futures. It's fleeting. Yeah. And that's what people don't understand. All right, we're going to give people plenty of time to jump in on this, and we want to hear from you. Both sides. You with Jackson Dart? Maybe we're Mr. Boat. We want to hear from everybody and anybody. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Are you standing with Abdul Carter today in the wake of his situation with Jackson Dart and President Trump? 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay
Especially if you need some help hiring in the US of A.
Well, if they do, Alex, I got them. Check it out. If you're skilled in manufacturing, your next job shouldn't be hard to find, and it shouldn't slow your career down. Express Employment Professionals connect skilled workers with contract and full-time manufacturing jobs and companies that need talent right now. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you. Your local Express office understands manufacturing and works with companies at every level of production. So that means real opportunities for machinists, welders, assemblers, quality control inspectors, maintenance technicians, production managers, and more. And when you turn to Express Employment Professionals, you're going to find your job search there. You're going to be working with a staff that leads in manufacturing, backed by global resources, with local teams who know the industry and the employers in your community. So whether you're looking to build your skills, take the next step in your career, or find a new opportunity in manufacturing, Express is ready to help you connect with your needed where you need it most. So the online job search can be frustrating. We know that. It be a black hole for applications. So make sure you call your local Express office to put people back in the hiring process. Visit expresspros.com to find your local Express Employment Professionals office today. That's expresspros.com.
But one of the big talking points, or one of the big storylines this offseason, has been the Minnesota Vikings quarterback situation. They won, 14 games a couple years ago with Sam Darnold. They let him go, and decided they want to give the keys over to J.J. McCarthy, and they fell flat on their face. So this offseason, they brought in Kyler Murray to what they say have a quarterback battle. Well, both guys met with the media yesterday to discuss what it's like, the QB room, the battle, what's going on between the two of them. We're going to play them back-to-back. Take a listen to both Kyler and JJ and tell me that one guy may or may not already be the leader in the clubhouse.
It's been great. Obviously, I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him. Obviously, I feel like I've played 7 years now, going on 8. So I'm considered a veteran, even though I don't see myself as that. Give him any knowledge that he needs. Again, we're both competitors, and I know we both want what's best for the team.
Has he been receptive to hearing criticism? Of course. Yeah, he's overly acceptive, and he's always communicating, asking questions, stuff like that. So it's been good.
It's just like two guys in a classroom. He sits on one side, I sit on the other side, and it's the coach's responsibility to teach us and coach us. So,
is there any awkwardness between you two?
Awkwardness, it's just like the same feeling, when you're in high school and there's another person on the other side of the room. That's just kind of how it is. So I wouldn't say there's any awkwardness.
I don't like it, Rob. I don't like it. And multiple reasons why. Number one, I feel as though he is hurt by this franchise, right? He's disappointed. You guys went all the way up to get me at 10th. I never liked it from the jump. But you go up there to move up to get me 10th. And yeah, my season wasn't the best, but this is how you feel. This is how you treat me. You go out there and get another quarterback. So I think he's hurt, a little bitter, maybe a little entitled. And so that is coming out. Here's what I don't like. You have to know the game. Kyler Murray, it ain't like he's Patrick Mahomes, meaning I think he's going to be the leader to get the position, but you can outcompete him. You can do this. You and I talk about it. It happens, right? Matt Flynn's supposed to be starter. Russell Wilson takes a job. It happens. And you're not using this as a chance to be competitive and show I'm still a leader. I'm still have high morale. I'm still, I can still be the leader of a team and be the guy to be the quarterback, the man of the face of the franchise. What you're showing me is I'm entitled. If I got to work for it, I don't like it. Who's this new guy? Man, y'all supposed to believe in me. I don't like this uncomfortableness, and I'm not happy about it. And that's not the right way to go about it. You shouldn't have a guy that's new to the team sounding like more like he's the leader of the team. This just sounds like it's your team. I had a bad season. I'm bouncing back. I'm happy he's here. Man, I'm learning so much from him. He's a veteran. He knows the game. He's been through the ups and downs, the bumps and the bruises. And, man, I'm learning so much. And, yeah, we're going to compete for this position. But I tell you what, man, we're putting this team first, and we're looking forward to it. Wow, was that hard? But like I said, it's just two guys in a classroom, and it's up to the teachers to do it, which means it ain't his job to teach me. It ain't his job to be the leader, and be a role model in this situation. It's the coach's job. I don't like it. It seems petty. It seems entitled, and you're not good enough to be doing this right now, Rob. You haven't had a track record of success with this team, right? He ain't been there 5-6 years and had 4 good years, maybe 1 bad one. You didn't look great. You looked when the stage was there, and the defense saved them in a lot of those games that they got the win. So I think it's a learning experience for him. I think they'll talk to him. Man, if you want to be a quarterback, you got to know how to speak to the media, how to represent this franchise. And I just thought that was not a great example. And the new guy sounded better than you, and that's not supposed to be. This is your 3rd year on the team.
I totally disagree, and I think he has all the reason in the world to be salty. Kyler Murray was dumped because he wasn't good. I wouldn't feel good. Kyler Murray, if he was so good, he would still be in Arizona. He failed. You know what he is. You don't know what J.J. McCarthy is. He's been hurt 2 of the 3 years. 2 years, part of both of the years he's played. 1 year he missed the whole year. Last year he was hurt. He delivered the biggest blow against the Lions last year and cost them the playoffs. He beat them in Detroit. That wasn't defensive. The defense didn't win that game. Go watch the throws he made and the plays he made. That was his best game of the year on the road in Detroit. No, but my point is, I'm not making – why are they parting the sea for Kyler Murray, who's failed for 7 years?
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Funky Flashback Friday. Rick Bucher coming up here in about 8 minutes or so. Chop it up with him. Game 6 yesterday, Game 7 coming up tomorrow in the Western Conference Finals. Stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Just catch us in all our Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of the presets in the iHeart app so it'll always pop up right there at the top of your screen. You ain't got to look for us. We'll be sitting right there. All right, Rob. You and I had a conversation. Abdul Carter, man, he stood on business of what he believed. Jackson Dart apparently stood on it. He didn't mention President Trump, but he said, hey, was an honor to be, presidential, to go speak for the president. He didn't say Trump by name. Point is, you and I both agree Abdul Carter stood on what he believed in and spoke it and said it in a very articulate way, but he still stood on his principles, loved it. 877-99 on Fox. This is where it gets interesting, right? Freedom of speech, freedom of your thoughts, and to see where folks are. Who we got?
I know I'm going to buy 2 jerseys.
Yeah.
I am. I got young, great nephews, Sean. Our man Sean in Sacramento.
Yo.
You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio, buddy.
Yo, Marco from another mother. Cousin Kelvin, my brother's behind the boys. Or should I say Charles Oakley, apologist, Uncle Rob, and Country Cub Kelvin out here looking major sharp on YouTube, brother.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. A little sweater I got for I should do a Rob. I think I got it for like $14.99 or something.
Beat it.
Got a little deal out here in these streets.
Hey, as long as you pop the tag and don't walk around with an itchy cardboard scratching your bag just to show everybody you saved $29.99 for Raw.
Sean, he did it on purpose. So he did it on purpose.
Ow, the tag. That was the tag.
Hey, Kelvin, what's this poking my hip? Oh, You knew what it was, right?
Did you see how much I saved on that?
Look at this. I can't read the tag. What it say?
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead. We got a lot of people want to jump in.
Okay, my fault, man. Real quick, man, I think the way they're going about it perfectly shows how each side is lining up in the bigger scheme of things. Not saying, I'm not trying to get too political, but it feels like a lot of the MAGA followers are just repeating everything that they're hearing on TV, blindly getting behind a man who's promoting something that feels real racist and real stuck on one side and one perspective of the world. Whereas Abdul Carter, you know what I'm saying? He's obviously of the Muslim faith. He understands some of the bigger issues going on as far as what's going on in Iran and what the man stands for and who are the people that he are being supported by and who he's kind of downing right now. So I appreciate Abdul Carter's stance. I feel like what he said is how a lot of people are feeling right now, and he made way more sense than what Jackson Dart threw out there. Jackson Dart, you're supposed to be the leader of this football team, and that was the statement you threw out there. You were better off not saying nothing at all.
100%.
Right. Sean, man, appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
877-99 on Fox. How about Thomas in Memphis? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
What's happening, buddy?
What, in the Barry White?
All right.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's me in the flesh, baby. It's me.
What you
Can't
got?
get enough of your love, babe.
Listen, man, you guys are certainly right. This is not about policy. This is an example of systemic separatism and racism that they continue to permeate. And the policy has nothing to do with it. Jackson Dart, and I'm going to tell you something. Me living in Memphis, I have a neighbor who was an adjunct professor at Ole Miss for 10 years. This was a blatant flex. He knew exactly what he was doing, and the foundation of arrogance that he stands on provided a level of comfort that is in direct conflict with his leadership position on the team. He, unfortunately, does not really care about that, so they use damage control for him to get up there and say that statement. Trust me, it was false. He didn't mean it. That's exactly how he felt, and that is the overlying problem. Thank you, guys.
No doubt. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Rob G, get Professor Thomas's number when we need him to make some sense of some things. Well, brothers, let me tell you what it is and understanding. And back in 19, he was like a professor
awesome
himself.
Voice there. There you go. Michael in Miami. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Robbie, how you doing?
Doing good.
I can't believe I got through. I love your show. Watch it every day. I appreciate you taking my call.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
I just want to throw a different perspective on this, only because, I live in Miami, and this is Trump country down here, And would it be okay if Jackson Dart would have done this if he was the quarterback of the Dolphins? Would that be accepted then, just because it's a Republican state? I know you guys are saying, oh, he's in New York. He doesn't know he's in New York. But at the end of the day, people voted for him in New York, too. So, you're going to have your do's and your don'ts with everything.
Can I give you one pushback, though? Can I give you one pushback?
Absolutely.
Read the room, and I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that everybody black in there is a non-Trump guy, but you're in the locker room. You got the state of Florida is nice. You're in the locker room. You lead the locker room that's 70% black. That's all I'm saying to you. Do you gain anything from it, or do you lose something? That's what you have to ask yourself.
And I will add go ahead.
At the end of the day, I think you gain something from it whenever you're expressing your thoughts and your wants and your right to free speech.
Yeah, but my issue was he didn't say anything today. What did he say to you about Trump? He couldn't even mention the guy's name today.
Well, yeah, because he's on damage control now. You know what I mean?
What is there to damage if you believe in Trump?
You have to follow the company line.
What?
Well, here's
this coach is a Trump supporter. What damage control? John Harbaugh's been with Trump. He's a Trump guy. He's made that very clear. So who's he afraid of? The coach loves Trump. So why doesn't he just stand up there and say, I embrace Donald Trump?
Well, I mean, that's true. He should continue to do that if that's what he wants to do. But at the end of the day, everyone has a choice, right? And we can't really just kill someone because of their choices.
Here's the thing, Michael.
Hold on.
Michael, here's my pushback to you, Michael. I totally get your point, and that's why I said it's not policy, it's decency. And my thing is, he went well. Would you agree that a quarterback is a different position than every other position?
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
So for the quarterback,
100%.
who's done more claim, more popular, more everything, him or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady knew to not even go out there and do a go blue, go Pats, go with Trump. And obviously we know that's his guy. My point is, when you're the leader of a franchise, you have to act accordingly. So nobody's saying he can't vote the way he wants. Right. He can't support. That was never the point. The point is when you just jump up at an event without telling the team, without telling your teammates, going crazy. He just wasn't there supporting a suit in the back. That's where it gets tricky. Would you not agree?
It gets tricky in one sense if you're just looking about sports, right? If you're just looking about the team. But what if this is deeper for him? You know, what if this is the way he really truly feels?
He brought in the team. Go, Blue, go.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him rally?
He made it about the team.
He made it about the Giants as if everybody was a Giants
fan. And that's all I'm saying. This is not a policy thing. You
okay,
can
Michael,
thank
you.
Appreciate it, Michael.
I want to squeeze one more in.
All right, go ahead.
I think Kurt from North Dakota. I'd love to hear his perspective. Kurt, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, buddy?
Hey, thanks a lot, Rob, for taking my call. First of all, I love you guys for the fact that you guys have the courage to approach areas on radio that most other talk shows, sports or whatever, don't have the courage to do, besides insight. So I appreciate and love you for your courage. I love Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter, I love you. North Dakota loves you. And, Boomer, it's called free speech. And that's all I got. But one shout out, and Edwin Starr, love Edwin Starr.
Yeah,
so, hey, you guys. Keep rolling. Abdul Carter, keep rolling. Odd Couple, keep rolling. Love you guys. That's
appreciate it, Kurt. North Dakota.
At some point, I got to get to North Dakota. When I hit all 50 states, I want to do that.
I haven't been there either. You know, I've been a lot of places. I haven't been there.
What, you the one of 10 brothers that ever been to Antarctica or something
I know,
like that?
right?
No, appreciate it, Kurt, man. And to everybody, and we'll say this, last point, I always say this when we do these types of conversations, it ain't about agreeing with me, it ain't about agreeing with Rob. We just like to have some good, well-thought-out conversations about some serious topics. We have fun. We have all the tomfoolery. We joke up here, but when it's time to get serious, we enjoy these conversations, and thank you for always jumping in them as well, even if we don't have to agree.
And I want to say this, too, because we're always appreciative of, like, the bosses, and like, we don't get run into some office.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say this, don't say that. And remember this. When we did the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini story that nobody else would touch, we were able to do that story.
That's a good point.
Am I right?
Yeah.
We did that story, and everybody else came back late to the party, but we talked about it. That's the Odd Couple.
So appreciate you guys. All right, Rick Bucher on the other side right now. Going to get you updated.
Got to admit, I'm a little self-conscious after hearing caller Thomas's voice earlier. Man.
He's coming for all of our jobs, I know.
He really is.
Gentlemen.
I mean, he's like real-life, in-person AI when it comes to voice quality. From AI to the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder has ruled out forward Jalen Williams for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals Saturday against San Antonio because of a hamstring injury. Speaking of San Antonio, the Orlando Magic hiring Spurs associate head coach Sean Sweeney as its new head coach. In Game 5 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals from Carolina, the Hurricanes and Montreal Canadiens are scoreless with 11:41 and counting remaining in the opening period. The Hurricanes lead the series 3-1. In round 3 of the French Open today, Novak Djokovic blew a 2-0 lead and was upset by 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca. In Major League Baseball right now, the Cubs have a 4-3 lead at St. Louis in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ian Happ of the Cubs with a 3-run home run, his 13th of the season, his 3rd consecutive game with a home run. At Citi Field, the Mets lead the Marlins 6-2 after 4. Mark Vientos of the Mets, his 7th home run of the season. The Cleveland Guardians up 4-3 over the Boston Red Sox in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Baltimore Orioles a 5-0 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays at the top of the 6th inning. Baltimore's Pete Alonso and Samuel Basallo went back-to-back with home runs in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Washington Nationals and San Diego Padres tied at 4 in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and the Atlanta Braves have opened up an 8-3 lead at Cincinnati in the top half of the 6th. Let me try to do it as Thomas would do it. Guys, back to you.
What? Why did he turn into Louis Armstrong?
Yeah. Nobody can do it better than Thomas, folks.
No, appreciate you, and thank you, Thomas, as well. It's the Odd Couple on a Funky Flashback Friday. And when you hit 40, your energy drops, weight sticks around, and yeah, you're doing the same work, but you know what? It's not a discipline issue. It really is just biology, and it doesn't mean you have to accept it. Dang it, fight back. Go to mdriveformen.com, mdriveformen.com. M Drive is for men who show up. And shout out to M Drive for getting us all this good stuff. And you've been going crazy with it, Alex, by the way. You making their smoothies and all that. All right, let's get to Rick Bucher, podcast, host, author, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst. Rick Bucher on X. Rick, what's up, man? We got you there, Rick?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, there we go. We
he
got
is.
you.
Yep. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Rob. I'm good, Kelvin. What's happening?
We're doing great. Well, how surprised are you that we got a game number 7 and maybe the baby Spurs can pull off the upset in OKC? Am I dreaming?
No, you're not dreaming. After Game 5, my feeling was I thought San Antonio could get Game 6, but overall I was feeling as if asking San Antonio to win this series was going to be a little too much. And I went into the series believing that the Spurs were going to replicate their dominance in the regular season. As the series has gone on, there have just been moments where I'm like, you know what? They're still a year away. I'm asking Victor Wembanyama, who had never been to the playoffs before, am I going to ask him to win a Game 7 on the road? Am I going to carry that load with De'Aaron Fox sort of being a no-show? We can blame it on the ankle, whatever it may be. I've never been a big De'Aaron Fox guy. Dylan Harper essentially asking him to be the second best player on this team. Stephon Castle to handle the ball and not turn it over against OKC's defense, ball-hawking defense. Overall, the San Antonio Spurs collectively, as young as they are, asking them not to beat themselves, because that's the difference in the playoffs is you have to be judicious about, there's times where you can play fast and you can go for the throat, but is going for the throat worth it in that moment, or is it better just not to make the mistake that's going to hurt you? It's a little too often San Antonio just plays a little too fast, a little too reckless. And when I look at a Game 7 with a team that has been there before and done it and has all the guys who have been through the test of fire, I think that edge gives it to OKC playing on their home court. If we were playing this game in San Antonio, I might feel different. And there's still the X factor of Victor Wembanyama having one of those transcendent performances that changes the dynamic. But if I'm just looking across the board at the way this lines up, I have to favor OKC getting it done.
Yeah, I have too, but I'll tell you, if I'm the Thunder, I'm worried because the Spurs, they're young enough and dumb enough to not know. You get what I mean? They don't know, hey, we're supposed to lose. They don't believe they are. Rick, they don't believe that you're supposed to go through the bumps and the bruises in the NBA. They're like, nah, we can do it this year. But let me ask you this. What's going on with SGA? You can say it's just Wemby and the Spurs and they got a bunch of bodies to throw at them, and I would normally go, okay, maybe that's true. But then he didn't even look great against the Lakers. And and normally you know this, great players elevate in the postseason, which is why we knocked James Harden and some other guys. He's down right now, 6 points per game. Field goal percentage instead of 55 is down to 37 throughout this series. What's going on there?
I think a big part of it is how much that he misses Jalen Williams, and when you look at the rest of that roster, who else can create their own shot? AJ Mitchell was, he came through. He showed us what he's capable of, but now he has been out. And while Jarrett McCain certainly has the mindset of a scorer, he's not the most efficient at it, and he's going to get torched defensively. So I think a big part of it is that SGA is being asked to do more than he ever has before. And certainly I think that was the case against the Lakers. And then having all these different players around him and trying to figure out, I'm not just a scorer. I am a point guard. I am supposed to orchestrate this. They've had a lot of moving parts. And so I think it's that combination that has hurt him. And then with San Antonio, I mean, you are talking about, I would say far and away, Knicks technically are the best team in the playoffs so far, but I'm going to put an asterisk on that because of the teams that they've played.
Thank you. Hello, Rick. Rick, people don't want to hear about context. They really don't. There's a context to everything.
100%. And so, but if we put that context, the Spurs far and away have been the best defensive team in the playoffs to this point, and I think that's created problems for SGA. I mean, you can dismiss the fact that San Antonio has all these guys that are perfectly suited to play against them, but the fact is that they do. They have a host of 6'5", 6 guys that are, so they're the same size as an SGA, stronger than SGA in some cases, and hungry to prove that, hey, you know what, you're not all that, you're not the next, our guy is now.
I do want to ask you, just a break from the playoffs, LeBron James and his camp, there was a story about basically if they offer me, he wants an explanation on why they would offer him, right, less money than the max. Like I just don't even understand. Like what they'd have to explain to him, Rick, why they don't want to give him $50 million to play 1 year with them. What is this?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah. See, LeBron, it's like this. I'll give it to you. I'll write the letter that they need to send him. Dear LeBron, I don't know if you noticed, but this year we were at our best when you were the third option. We'd like to pay you like a third option. We'd like you to be our third option, and you're a great third option, but you have said that you only want to be with a team that can contend for championships. Well, the only way we're going to get there is if we pay our players according to the roles that they are playing. Let me say it again in case you didn't read the first part of this letter. You're now our third option, and we were at our best when you were our third option. So we would like to pay you like a third option in order to give us and you the best shot at possibly winning another championship. And if none of that really computes, well, then we just, we might need to find another third option, and you can go and do whatever you're going to do, and we appreciate your service. Thank you for your service, LeBron.
Are you paying the second? Are you paying the second option after yet another postseason play not suitable for framing?
You talking about Austin Reeves?
Yeah, Austin Reeves, like the number 2 option. Like, are you giving him, Rick? Does he have to take some sort of hometown discount minus the 10% LA tax, or?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it would be hard for me to give him some sort of max contract.
Well, I mean, max contract?
No. But I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like
for him.
Yeah, for him. Like, yeah.
Yeah, from a pure basketball standpoint, I understand exactly what you're saying. But from an emotional standpoint, and this is where teams get into trouble, and the Lakers get into trouble more than most teams because of this.
Family run, historically.
There's an emotional attachment to what Austin Reeves has meant there. And the other part is, who are you going to get that is going to replace him or fit that bill? Because one of the real elements here that you have to consider is his relationship with Luka Doncic. Those guys like each other. They like playing together. That's not always Luka is an acquired taste because he's going to dominate the ball a lot. And it's hard to find guys who can function with him and are happy to play that role. And so I hear you, because it does scare me to have 2 highly paid guys in Luka and Austin who are vulnerable at the defensive end.
100%.
And chasing a championship. But I just think this is one of those instances where you've got to bite the bullet, you re-sign him, and then what can I do to build around him? And this is where it really gets difficult with LeBron. I mean, look, you can't afford to pay LeBron a ton of money because now you've got 3 guys who are defensive deficits.
That's the same thing I was going to say.
And Rick, that is the issue right there. Again, I've said it before. The Lakers have 5 statues outside the arena and 3 inside. That's where you go.
You
Thanks,
crazy.
Rick.
No doubt. I call them the Ole curse.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. Rick, you could take that. Yeah. Steal that, okay? Yeah. Please.
Yeah. I'll give you credit the first 2 times, and then the third time
he's going to own it.
All right,
Rick, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, buddy. We got to run.
You got it, fellas.
All right. Well, thank you, Rick. Make sure you give him a follow there, Rick Bucher on X. And then we got to talk about this. Some new news in the gambling situation in the NBA. We'll tell you what that is. It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Fox Sports Radio.
Becky Hammon, you'll recall a few years ago, she raised some eyebrows when she was on ESPN during the playoffs talking about Jalen Brunson. She said, quote, "If your best player is small, you are not winning." Well, now, flash forward to May 2026, Jalen Brunson is the quarterback of the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, but wait a minute. And the thing that kills me is now it's about Jalen Brunson, but you said it. When did the team turn around when Mike Brown made a change to where everything was facilitated through
Cat?
Okay,
Big
go ahead.
facts.
I'm just saying that, like you can't have it both ways. Like when they made that change, he played hero ball in those games in Atlanta and they lost, and then he made the change. So is it the change or is it Jalen Brunson?
I think he's playing. They're playing better as a whole. He's still the guy. He's the
But
engine.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, but they finally found a better offensive way to
good.
get everybody involved.
So, of course, with the Knicks headed to the NBA Finals, Becky Hammon was asked about her infamous comments this week. Here's her response.
You're taking a little bit of grief from what you said about Jalen Brunson.
You are. I'm not big.
I never say. Hey,
Exactly. That's why I'm saying.
no, I mean I speak from experience, and I never. Allen Iverson got MVP, and he lost in the finals, and I think the two best teams are probably in the West. But I'm up for being proven wrong. And that's the other thing is I think Jalen Brunson's a hell of a player, hell of a player. I'm speaking historically on the NBA with what I said. I don't know why that's being brought, like why everybody's so stuck on that. I said it 2 years ago. I stand by it.
I'm letting you clear the air.
There's no air to be cleared. I said what I said. He proves me wrong. He proves me wrong. I mean, good for him. But I do think the two best teams are in the West.
We know who you like, right?
Oh, well, you know who I'm cheering for.
Hey, I'm with Becky. Becky, I'm with you. I stand with Becky. She's talking about historical. She is. We've talked about it before. She's not breaking any news. And when the Knicks lose with Jalen Brunson, is anybody going to go back to her and go, "Hey, Becky, you were right"? How many people going to go back to Becky and say she was right? No. So I'm glad that she didn't back down. She's not like some of the callers with Kelvin. You know what I'm saying?
Let me calling you back. Rob. Okay, you right, Rob. I'm sorry I called.
I don't have any issue with Becky. She's talking about historically. She's backed it up. Allen Iverson was an MVP. Mm-hmm. Allen Iverson did come to Los Angeles, Rob G, and win game 1 of the NBA Finals, right?
Stepped over Ty Lue.
And then what happened?
That was it.
That was it. That's all I'm saying. And it doesn't mean are the Knicks for sure going to win the NBA championship? And then you can put that to rest. And she said it. If he proves me wrong, I'll gladly acknowledge that he was right. He was right and I was wrong.
You know what I love about her? That she stood on business. She was on some Rob Parker. I call her Becky Parker right now. She was on her brand muffin bag. She was consistent with it. No, listen, she's right. And I want her to be so wrong, just as a, not the tallest person in the world. Formerly 4'11" in high school. I told you that. Thank God I grew some.
I can't believe you were 4'11".
I know. I can't believe it. I told you all.
You had to be bullied, right? Did they bully
No.
you?
What? Come on now. See, now you took it too far.
Why?
Come on, man.
I would have bullied you if you were 4'11" in high school.
First of all.
I was 6'1".
First of all, your boy had hands.
Okay.
Second of all, your boy's charming. Are you kidding me? What they were bullying? You know what I'm saying? Third of all, I was cool with the ladies and the teachers and everybody was cool. I was cool. I was like,
the girls thought you were like cute, right?
Well, the juniors and seniors, they just put me on their hip like a little baby. They said, now when you go through puberty, come here. You so cute when you get older. I was like, so yeah, juniors and seniors a little rough.
I can't imagine. I was never 4'11". I don't think.
Well, I think you were for me. I don't think you came out the womb 6'4". Okay, but I kept growing. So my point is, I wanted to be wrong, but history has proven we only really have, Rob, 2 examples. Zeke, which, as you know, you obviously spent all those years in Detroit. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke. And then Steph Curry more recently. That's really it. We have guys who were good. We have guys who gotten close. We have guys who were dominant. But those are the only 2. We got Steve Nash, back-to-back MVP. But he never got to the finals. We got Chris Paul.
There were a lot,
arguably the best player at point guard for a decade. He got to the finals when he was like third or fourth fiddle with the Suns, but I mean he never got there when he was with the good teams, when he was with the Rockets, when he was with the Clippers. Never able to do it. Allen Iverson, as she mentioned, he got there. He was that guy for years. We know that. Never could quite pull it off. So I want her to be wrong, but unfortunately history has proven that she's right. All right, DJ Ali Alex. On a Funky Flashback Friday, it's your boys, Rob and Kelvin, the odd couple. Shout out to Rick Bucher, who just joined us. Yes.
The Braves are good, man. They got a good team.
The Braves are.
I keep looking at them thinking that they're not good.
Are they the best team, maybe sans the Yankees and now the last 5-6 years of Dodgers? Are they the best team the last 30, 40 years? You know what I mean? We're like they're always good. They might not win it, but it's just a well-run.
The only problem with the Braves is that they haven't won enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've won a couple World Series.
They were the Dodgers of the South.
You remember that? They won 17 in a row divisions?
That's what I mean. We're like they haven't won all the World Series, but just well-run, really good.
They're winning 8-3 tonight in Cincinnati in the 7th inning, but they have the best record. They're really good.
But I feel like they're always right there. But to your point, they got to start getting some titles because the Dodgers didn't start winning. Of course, the Yankees had runs on and off.
Right.
Houston snuck in there as well.
I'm sorry to jump.
No, you're good. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Rob G, I'm gonna bring you in here. We talked about this before. The gambling within the NBA, you had Malik Beasley, you had Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and, of course, Terry Rozier. And now some new news with Terry Rozier.
We've kind of known about this for a while, but it has been confirmed. It had been reported for a few months now that Terry Rozier was allegedly throwing games or throwing prop bets to ensure that he would not reach a certain threshold. And now, in a legal proceeding that happened earlier this week, one defendant has confirmed, on his point of view, that Terry Rozier pulled himself out of a game early so that he would not hit points, rebounds, assists, benchmarks, and in return would net a $100,000 bet. Unfortunately, according to this person, he actually did meet his rebound bet, so that voided that portion. So Terry Rozier only got $70,000.
You go.
All I'm going to say is for everybody who thought these guys make millions of dollars, you can't buy them. This is not the old days where guys were sitting next to sports writers on commercial flights, okay? These guys make millions. The mob can't get to them. These guys, gamblers can't get to them because they can't offer them enough money that's going to be enough. Please tell me how much he made.
He was scheduled to make $26 million.
Did you hear that? $26 million. He was willing to play around with that for $100,000. If I'm Adam Silver or the NBA, I am afraid, very afraid, that he could be bought. Somebody making that kind of loot said, I'll take an easy $100,000 or whatever by just taking myself out of the game. That's scary. That is so scary with the kind of money. You would think $100,000 to him? Peanuts.
Right. because of the
Your
risk. It's not
career,
$100,000 to do a
but
commercial.
you know what I mean, right?
It's $100,000 to risk jail time, prison time, and all of that. And you're right. And this is the thing. I was telling Rob G this. Everybody goes, man, I can drink a little bit. I can smoke a little bit. Maybe I'll do a little coke at a party. Maybe I'll gamble a little. You never know what ends up being the thing that entraps you and you can't get out of, right? And so it oh, man, it's just a little wager, just a little better, just a little high. And you never know where you can't get out of it from either an addiction standpoint or you get mixed in with the wrong guys where even if you say, nah, man, I'm good. I can't do it no more. Nah, you about to do that because we did this for you, we did that for you, kind of on some old mob stuff where we took care of this, you owe us. And that's the danger of it. And you mentioned it. We talk about this all the time with prop bets, the ease in which this stuff goes. Hey, man, he pulls out, and he was, 9 minutes in the first quarter. He goes, oh, my hamstring, I ain't feeling right. I don't know. If I'm the coach, I'm thinking you man of your word.
Somebody said their hamstrings hurt. I got to accept that.
Okay, cool. And he doesn't play the rest of the game. And so this stuff is scary because it is so easy to fix it, these games.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In Game 5 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals, the Carolina Hurricanes have a 3-0 lead over the Montreal Canadiens after one period, with the Hurricanes leading the series 3-1. Carolina's Taylor Hall and Logan Stankoven each have a goal and an assist. NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder has ruled out forward Jalen Williams for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals Saturday against San Antonio due to a hamstring injury. The Orlando Magic is hiring San Antonio associate head coach Sean Sweeney as its new head coach. In round 3 of the French Open today, Novak Djokovic blew a 2-0 lead and was upset by 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca. Baseball right now, the Cardinals hold on to a 5-4 lead over the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Mets lead the Marlins 6-4 in the top of the 6th. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
All right, hour number 3.
Number 3.
That's right. On a funky flashback Friday. I can't believe the week is here. Looking forward
Almost
to the
June.
weekend. I know. Can you believe it? And I am excited.
Okay, that was impressive. Did you see that play there at the bottom?
No, I didn't see it. What was it back up there?
That was incredible.
All right, make sure you check us out on our YouTube channel. That's right. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Again, check us out. You can watch us live and search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget, last call's coming up as well. And if you're tired of endless job board searches with Express Employment Professionals, one application connects you to multiple jobs, and job seekers never pay a fee. Get weekly pay, local support, and real opportunities. Visit expresspros.com today. That's expresspros.com. And now it's time for the Express Pro of the week. Okay, no sound to it. I was wondering. All right, and that Pro of the week goes to Spurs big man Victor Wemby.
Here's your
Wembenyama.
sound. Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Everyone knows it's Wemby. Alex, you got a bob to it. Am I right when you hear that?
Absolutely.
You got to.
All right.
What does it sound like again?
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Oh, Elijah woke up.
That's right. He had 28 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks last night to force a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals. Again, congratulations to Wemby for being our Express Pro of the week. Congrats and mazel tov.
Shout out to him. Shout out to the Spurs. Got the big win in Game 6, Rob G.
That's right. You mentioned it. Big night for Wemby.
No, he didn't mention it before the game was over.
Hey, you know we stand Wemby on this show, Rob. You have a whole graphic and everything for him. We also stand the New York Knicks.
No, we don't.
Yes,
Go New York, go
That's
New
right.
York, go.
Stop flip-flopping, Rob G. You were all about the Pistons.
Rob, I can flip-flop as much as I want
You're
to.
the
Me
biggest-
and Bob Barker.
You're the biggest flip-flopper.
That's fine.
My God. Stick with
I
the
like
team.
having my toes out.
You did
What's
leave
the
it. You said
problem?
first it was, but you got to go back, Rob. It was first with the Lakers.
He was with the Lakers. They got knocked off. All right. Now we're going to go with
Hey, remember I was with the Jets for a minute?
Yeah.
That was tough.
That was probably the worst picks.
Yeah,
That's
that was-
the one, if I would have called up the podcast people and told them about that pick, you wouldn't have your podcast. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'll let you know I'm teasing it. Guess who I'm picking for this upcoming football
here
season?
we go.
Well, he picked the Giants this last
I
week.
picked the Giants. That failed spectacularly.
So let me see.
You be talking about, I had a rough
season,
I know.
This guy.
This season, I'm coming back around.
All right, let me think.
It's a team that's going to shock the
It
world.
can't be the
And
Giants.
it ain't
That's
the
too
Raiders.
crazy.
'cause
No, it's not the
No, it's
Raiders.
not
Go
the
up in my
Raiders.
mouth.
It's never my own team.
Commanders.
Nope. Same division, though.
Okay,
Not the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
The Dallas freaking Cowboys.
Okay.
Me and Jared Jones are going to be having dinner together in L.A. at the Super Bowl.
I mean, they're not going to be bad. They'll be 10-7.
So you're on
11-6.
board. All right, two people with the Cowboys.
I'm saying they're not going to suck.
Come on.
I mean,
our Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't expect the Dallas to suck. They're beyond. They're on can you win it all level. My man having an eye contact issue in this Angels game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the eye contact. He can't.
All right, well, going back to our Express Pro of the Week, none other than Victor Wembanyama. You mentioned it, Rob. Big game for him, 28, 10, and 3 blocks. Spurs roll. In the process, became the youngest player to put together a 25 and 10 game when facing elimination. He has become the 5th player in NBA history with at least 350 points, 150 rebounds in the playoffs.
Are you all right? You got some water there? Wow.
I got wings in my throat.
That spicy wing just hit him. And we ain't making it no better, are we?
Are you all right?
Go Wemby.
Go Wemby. All right, yeah, we got it.
Get some water.
Yeah, get some water. Everybody thought it was Wemby.
What is that drink gives you wings? Isn't that
boy need a Red Bull? Is that
a
what
Red
you're
Bull. Isn't that Red Bull? Those wings?
Oh, man. Well, we'll take it. Thank you, Rob G. We'll take it over from here.
That's what his podcast sounds like when he's on there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop it. What my biggest thing with him, man, is I look at him as saying, hey, we already know how good and trying to get to potentially great. The only challenge that I have for him would be to continue that game in, game out. And we know that's the difference between good players and great players, between solid players and good players, is that anybody in the NBA we see that can drop 30, then the next game they get 11. And the next thing, Mikal Bridges, we don't hear from him, then he has a good game. The difference with Wemby is I need that effort. I need that aggressiveness. We talked about it yesterday, night in, night out. And he's young. He's 22. I think he'll get it, Rob. This is his first go at a deep playoff run, so I think he'll get it. But that's the difference, man. When you look at the contrast of what he's been in the losses, this is what it is. He's giving you 20 points. He's giving you 8 to 10 boards. But when he's been balling in the wins, you're looking at 33 points. You're looking at 12-plus rebounds, 3-plus blocks. So that's the type of Wemby I need, period. I need that from him night in, night out. I need that more than even just points because I think he's beyond just points. I need that aggressiveness. I need that assertiveness. I need that dominance, that feeling your presence from the jump from him. And so when his team gets that, Rob, when he's aggressive, shooting the ball, blocking shots, feeling his presence, that helps them immediately, and it inspires the team, right? And it gets them going. When he kind of feeling around, letting the game come to him, seeing what's what, you can't do that against a champion like the Thunders. You can't do that against a team as deep and as hungry as the Thunders. So that's my only thing for him. I need a game like that, 28 and 10 from him last night, Rob. That needs to be Wemby's standard, where we don't even think it was a great game. We go, that's what Wemby does. Like, that doesn't need to be, whoa, he showed up. That should be Wemby's baseline, his floor, what we saw from him. Again, he's learning this as he's going. He's 22 years old. That's what he'll learn, that great players – at a certain point, I know exactly what I can expect out of you night in, night out at the minimum. 28-10, that aggressiveness, assertiveness, that's the bar for him to be the player that he thinks he is and where he's trying to go.
But here's the only thing. I think you're being unfair that he is only 22.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm acknowledging that.
Okay, and it's going to take time. But he has a chance to do something that would be extraordinary. And that's what, if I'm OKC, you have a chance to be the stepping stone for what could be for Wemby to be able to come to the playoffs for the first time, get to the finals. De'Aaron Fox, they're on the wayside. They're not even helping. You know what I mean? Like, that was a big piece when they got him, right?
Yeah. He's banged up, but yeah, he's
not.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's why I'm saying he's not helping, because he's hurt. For Wemby to be able to do this, I would be afraid if I'm OKC that this guy who put up a 41-piece and 24 rebounds in game one in your own crib is coming back. And he has a chance, Kelvin, to just let it all hang loose. They're playing, they're playing with house money, literally nobody. This is OKC's dynasty. They were supposed to be like, who's going to beat them? Last year, you remember? Oh, who's going to beat OKC? Ain't nobody going to beat them. Wow. And to lose a game 7 in your own crib will have ramifications. they won't be the preseason favorite. People won't be all about OKC, and it'll be a different conversation.
One caveat, draft.
No.
Remember, they got a great draft. So if they mess around and get some – how the heck did they get Acuff or Peterson or something ridiculous, Devontae?
I got it, but I'm just saying.
But I get your point.
This would be a big blow to everything that they've put together, that they weren't able to knock off a team not fully at strength with a young 22-year-old phenom, and I get it. He's phenomenal and all that. So Wemby has a chance to really take a step where you believe like this guy could reach that crescendo, that he could actually reach it.
And what'll be interesting, Rob, Wemby can be exactly what LeBron was to the point, but he can surpass him. And what I mean by that is LeBron dragged that team to the finals, and when he was 22 years old, I think you were covering it still.
Yeah,
at that point.
No.
Yep.
I was,
and you were at that game, right? When he went crazy, 25.
I was
straight.
sitting on the floor. I was there.
So the
one he banked in was the one that I said the Pistons have no shot.
Yeah, this is just his night.
Was it.
Yeah. So I bring it up to say, LeBron, we all go, wait a minute, how's he beating this veteran Pistons team that's supposed to get back to the finals, gets to the finals, and then gets swept by the Spurs, ironically enough? I think this is a situation where Wemby can do that. Wow, 22-year-old phenom gets to the finals, but he can do what LeBron didn't. LeBron couldn't win a game. LeBron, we were always too young. That Spurs team's a being Wemby, can actually get to it at 22, and he could win it. Because, if it's him next,
if they get in, oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like, LeBron just be happy to get there when you were 22.
And how do you not feel good about it? And I know the Knicks have been rolling 111 in a row and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You just beat the defending champs in a Game 7 in their crib. I do not know how you don't feel in going like this is something special we got going.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's all
I
I'm
think
saying.
the Knicks would – if I'm the Knicks, I'd rather play the Spurs.
Yeah,
I think they match up better.
And
they're younger and they match
team
up better. But yeah, Wemby has a chance to do something, without a doubt. But my whole point is, as he's learning, Rob, I think he's starting to see – because what did he say a couple games back? I got to make my teammates better. Part of making your teammates better, Wemby, is when you come right out and try to punch somebody in the mouth, figuratively, and get straight to it. And get in, be aggressive, be assertive, do your thing, because your teammates feed off of that. And I think he's slowly seeing that, like, me being a good teammate isn't always just going with the flow and letting the game come to me. And sometimes being a good teammate is, ball, let's go. Yo, putting up those shots. And I think he's realizing my team benefits when I'm that aggressive.
Yeah, no, he has to be aggressive. If you go out there and you're not putting up shots and doing what you do,
you can't let it just, I'll just fill it out and
no. You got to be that guy. You got to push the envelope,
Yep.
and you have nothing. There's nothing to fear but to play, because you're, like I said, you're not the favorite. You're not expected to win that game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously.
I wonder what plus or minus is already.
Rob G, did you see the line?
I'm gonna guess. Let me guess. Don't tell me yet. 3.5 Thunder.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wow. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a correct number. All right. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. How worried should the Thunder be about Wemby in Game 7? Do you think he'll be able to dethrone the defending champs? 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise. And we value your calls. Hit us up, 877-99 on Fox. Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if you feel like your voice isn't heard on other shows, like it is here in the US of A.
But Rob G, the Knicks have been impressive. Like, since they lost those 2 games to the Hawks, it's been full steam ahead.
Oh, it goes way before that, Rob Parker. Since January 20th, the Knicks have the best net rating in basketball. But more specifically, during this 11-game stretch, the New York Knicks are the greatest team in NBA history, at least statistically. All right. They've won 11 straight. They've outscored their opponents in the playoffs by a total of 262 points, the highest point differential across 11 games during any point in NBA history, regular, preseason, postseason, summer pickup games, you name it. The New York Knicks are dominating in ways we have never seen. Their point differential through the first 14 games, including those losses they had there against Atlanta, the highest in NBA playoff history, 34 points better than what some call the greatest team ever, the 2017 Warriors, Steph and KD. Each of the other 7 teams below New York in terms of point differential, those Warriors, 87 Lakers, 71 Bucks, 96 Bulls, 86 Celtics, 01 Lakers, 16 Cavs, all won the championship that season. The Knicks are currently tied for the most 25-plus point wins in the playoff and the most 30-plus point wins in one playoff. And they still have one more round to go. Guys, by all accounts, these New York Knicks are for real.
They are for real, Rob. They ain't historically real. That's what the conversation is. They are a really good team. I give them credit. They found their way. Mike Brown has kind of changed this offense, and obviously they've been through the fire the last couple of seasons together. And some of the players, 3 of them, have literally won championships in college together. So they have that camaraderie. They have that thing. So I'll give them credit. I expect them to compete well into the NBA Finals. However, we're talking about historic. That they are not, in my opinion. I know the analytics would say that, and I'm sure Kenny Atkinson would say we lost to a historically, analytically great team of all time. And what we're going to do, we were analytically better than the best team of all time. But no, I look at some of these teams. You mentioned some of them. 2000, 2001 Lakers, that team was insane. 15-1. Shaq and Kobe in their prime. Kobe obviously would continue to grow. He was still young, but I mean, they 11-0 in that Western Conference Finals. And if Allen Iverson doesn't step over Tyronn Lue, they might have won 16-0. You know, so I look at a team like that when I think of dominance. And partly also, Rob, I think the issue with this Knicks team is you sometimes kind of have to have the foes, right? Like if you were beating up on some really good teams,
context matters.
Then if they beat. Let's say they beat the number 1 seed in the Pistons. Then they beat, I'm trying to think of another team, you know, something like the 08 Celtics or something, or Tatum.
Right, with Tatum on the team.
And he wasn't injured, you know, just kind of rolling through these teams. You're like, man, they were smacking up some really good teams. That, I think, is hurting them, is that they didn't have very good foes that you can say, man, they blew through them, and them. Then you can kind of go, man, I'm telling you, that team was crazy good. So I think they're being – that part holds them back, not having a foe that we can point our hat and tip our cap and say that was a real foe. So I think that adds to an element. And also, too, they kind of don't have an identity, which is a good thing for them in the sense of the way they play. It reminds me of that 04 Pistons team where they were defensive, but they just had a bunch of guys who played together. They play hard.
Going to work.
They were just going to work. Put on the hard hat, going to work. And I think the Knicks are kind of like that, where you're like, Jalen Brunson is definitely a star, but you're like, hey, OG, okay, and Josh Hart, okay, and Mitchell Robinson, okay, and Shamet, obviously Karl Anthony Towns, they kind of just the glue together. They work hard together. Mikal Bridges. So you don't look at them as like Shaq and Kobe or KD, Steph, Clay. They're kind of just a bunch of dudes. The pieces fit. They work together. And maybe that's hurting them for me giving it to them, Rob, as one of the all-time great teams.
Those stats can be deceiving. I think there's always a context to it, and it's not their fault. We've said this about other teams, right? They're the easiest path to the finals. It happens sometimes. Things line up for you, and it's it happens, and it makes it easier to get there. Now, they could easily go there for all that they've done, lose in the finals, and then people say, oh, they had a nice run. And not that they're historically one of the greatest teams ever. Like, seriously, none of that stuff those numbers, Rob G, you talk about will matter if they don't win. Like that, if they win and be the West team and continue to play like
that, would be remarkable.
That would be remarkable because even what they like most of these games they're shooting like 60% from the field. Like it's everybody, no matter who puts up a shot. I was watching yesterday. I just could not get over every shot went in.
I mean, they made Shamet look like he was the return of John Starks in that thing.
I mean, just and he's a good player, but there were times when he couldn't make his shots when he was with the Nets, right? Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden he can't miss.
By the way, we officially found out how old Iowa Sam is.
I don't want to know. I want to think he's between 20. No, I'm not looking. Between 24 and 42. That's all I know.
I already know.
I don't want to know. But put the camera on Sam. Sam in there getting it. Yeah. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Clearly, it's a funky flashback Friday, DJ Ali Alex. And by the way, it's time to get your financial portfolio game ready with Webull. Get powerful investing tools and real-time data all in one platform. Get started by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com. That's right. Do it now. Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. And for more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures. All right, let's take some calls, Rob. We're talking about Wemby. For me, I said, man, he looked good last night, but that to me needs to be the floor. That's what I want to see from every single. That's just what he does. 28-10, put in the books. That's what he does. And obviously he's 22, and I said he's learning this as he's getting through his first deep playoff run. You mentioned obviously that how scary it would be for the Thunder that this guy put up 40-something and 20-something.
And you're building in Game 1.
Can he do it again in Game 7? Where are you? 877-99 on Fox. They force a Game 7. It'll be tomorrow, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock on the East, 5 o'clock here on the West.
You saw what happened to the Pistons in Game 7 at home.
I ain't see it.
Well, guess what, Rob?
Stevie Wonder.
We found the official rules for Rob G's flip-flopping.
Now listen closely as I explain flip-flop to you. But you can flip this, or you can leave that alone and flop this, or you can flop that and you can flip this. You may flip, you may flop, or you may flip-flop.
That is you, Rob G. That's you all over. The ultimate flip-flopper.
You got to – no, I was going to say something out of line.
Don't say that.
You know what I was about to say. I'm not even going to say it.
Kelvin, caution.
Yeah, exactly.
You need a drop now. Look at you.
That was a Kelvin caution.
You need
moment.
that.
Yeah.
Hey.
877-99 on Fox.
Don't get fired. You got
Don't get fired.
Kids at home.
I need it.
You guys got a gated community. Stop it.
Exactly.
You got tuition on top of tuition.
You don't know my tuition.
You got tuition.
You got new
to
appliances
pay.
you got to get.
That's right.
I do have appliances.
You got to
get-
pay the nanny, the maid, the lawn person to cut your grass, all that kind
You
of
need to
stuff.
get your internet fixed.
I do need to get my internet
Yes.
fixed. They're coming tomorrow, though. 1 to 2.
So that's unbelievable that he does a show on Spectrum, but now he's getting T-Mobile internet.
So stupid. No, I'm getting my I'm getting my free internet. They better come work on this. Out here got me out here down bad.
Can you tell them to give you the one that you have to pay for because your free
Yeah, the free
internet
internet been tripping.
is not working?
No, that's been big tripping. They know. They're like, no. Go ahead.
It was so bad that it affected my internet hit when I was on MLB Network this
don't
week,
do that.
right, Rob G?
Don't do
I
that.
was frozen.
Don't do that.
I never had a problem.
Don't do that. Don't bring me up in it. You know, but I am about to go to some Ultra HD type stuff. I don't know. I'm about to get to it. But
Rob called Spectrum and said, I'm friends with Kelvin Washington. He said you could get this fixed.
Can you get this done?
Yeah. You sure threw my name around?
He's Mr. Spectrum.
That's
is
probably
what
what
I've
you
been
did.
They said who?
Oh, trust me. That's Spectrum when it said that.
All right, let's go.
Who we got?
Chili Tim. Chili. In Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple
Your
Fox
Braves
Sports
just
Radio.
won, Chili.
What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey, you heard me give the
up?
Braves much love. They're good, Chili. The Braves are good.
They're really good. They're really good. I think this is going to be our year. I think we're going to win it all.
Braves fall Game 7 to the Dodgers. Yada, yada, yada.
Kelvin, you know what? You Dodgers fans, I tell you, worse than the Knicks fans.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
Chili, nobody
Chili,
on
you
God's
are
green
right.
earth, Chili. You better stop
Chili,
it.
you are right.
You better stop it, Chili. I'm about to come down to Peachtree Street right now.
Which one? There's about 20 of
Peachtree
them.
Ave,
There's about
Peachtree
20 of them.
Lane.
There's like 60 of them.
I know. I don't even understand a town where everything is Peachtree
No, it throws
Street.
you off. You like
Everything is Peachtree. There's like 60 of them. It confused the got me when I first got here. But, I'm a Spurs fan. I've been a Spurs fan since George Gervin, right? So
the Iceman.
Yeah, the Iceman. I don't think OKC. What do they have to be afraid of? I need Wemby to do it. Tim Duncan did it as a young guy, so he has that bar to kind of get up to. Tim Duncan was a young guy. He came in. He played up to what he needed to play up to, and I need to see that from Wemby. And where's Harrison Barnes? We brought him in as that veteran championship presence. He needs to be talking to these guys, getting these guys up for Game 7, letting them know what it's going to take. That's why he was brought in, to be that leader, to have that experience. Harrison, my fellow UNC alum, I need to see you step up, man, and lead these guys and go into OKC tomorrow and get that win. That's what we brought you in for, that experience. Where's Pop? Instead of meeting them on the tarmac, they have tons of championship experience around that team. There's no reason why they can't get Wemby and the Spurs to where they need to get to. I just need to see them pull it together.
All right, no doubt. Thanks, Chili. Have a great weekend. What about Andre? Yeah, appreciate you. Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, Wembenyama, he's a great player. He can change the game in a lot of ways. But if I'm the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't need to be shooketh of him going into Game 7. Based on what I saw from him after Game 5 and how he ducked out of the press availability, which shows me this young man, Victor Wembanyama, and keyword young, right? He's like Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men. He's out there talking about he wants the truth, okay? But Jack Nicholson said, listen, you can't handle the truth, young man, all right? So that's the point of fact. He's still figuring it out. This Spurs team, they are still figuring it out. They're not a refined championship team. So Oklahoma City Thunder go in there and execute like they did in Game 5 without Jalen Williams. They can stun these guys. They can put them in a situation where they're going to have to think twice. Oklahoma City can use their experience and outmaneuver this young Spurs team if they play their hands right. Now, Spurs show that they can go out and have a tremendous game in Game 1, but at the end of the day, I feel like that was lightning in a bottle. I don't think that Dylan Harper as a rookie and Victor Wembanyama as a younger player are going to have the type of game that they did in Game 1. So I give the Oklahoma City Thunder a slight advantage in this Game 7. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt. Right. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was
Dylan Harper's
about
that's a good pick, man. That was man. The Spurs, they just know how to do it, man. My goodness.
Yeah, but they might be out after this. Tony in Miami.
The Spurs?
I mean, not Spurs.
I was saying, you saying that? No, I'm saying the Spurs. They just keep getting. They find Castle. They find Harper. They just find these pieces. Now they got guys for the next, handful of years.
Tony in Miami. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
What's going on, fellas? I hope I'm wrong. I love this guy. I love what he brought. It seems like the NBA's been absolutely dead for 10 years up to this year. But I just feel like can you compare him to Hakeem, amazing soccer player. Tim Duncan was an Olympic swimmer. Wilt was a high jumper. He was a track star.
Yeah.
And Kareem played the game not to get hurt, the way he played. So when I see him, at least his game right now, if I see him trying to exert himself out there, I just feel like it's a Plinko game ready to pull the bottom leg and he just falls down and it's all over. And I hope I'm wrong. I wouldn't bet on him. I'm pulling for
You're not betting on him for Game 7? You think that he's going to get hurt in Game 7?
Not necessarily. I just don't see him. For them to win that Game 7, he's going to have to. It's almost like they figured him out in Game 1 after that, and he's kind of been coasting. He's going to have to get 30, 40, and, like 8 blocks and just have one of those games. I don't see that happening. I would bet on OKC, but I'm pulling for him.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, I don't think OKC is exactly what they were a year ago. And
I think they are. They just ran into an incredible Spurs team. The Spurs aren't supposed to be this good, Rob. They are supposed to be a year and a half, 2 years away where you go, oh, man, they're coming. They weren't supposed to be. A lot of people picked the Spurs to win a championship. Currently, they picked them to beat the Thunder. A lot of people. It's not like it's like 8-2. And if you got 10 people, probably 6-4.
But does this go 7 games if J-Dub's healthy? Because OKC is down their second and their 5th best player.
But and here you go. And remember, he's ruled out for Game 7.
He's ruled out. I know. He only played 10 terrible minutes yesterday.
So there you go.
That's scary how good the Thunder are too. That you're I don't want to say Scottie Pippen in the sense that he's had that career yet, but you get him. You're back.
He's an all-NBA player.
Yeah, you're Rob, an all-NBA player, doesn't play, and you are beating people. That's crazy. All right. Appreciate that. Thank you for all the calls. Somebody else who wish he was in a better position like the Spurs are in and getting a chance to get to the finals. We'll tell you about him and how he is not living up to his name. Right now, Ilo is going to get you updated.
Living up to their names right now, the Carolina Hurricanes, as in imminent Eastern Conference champions because in Game 5 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals, they've got a 4-0 lead over the Montreal Canadiens with 10:45 and counting remaining in the second period. Carolina leading the series 3-1. The Hurricanes' Taylor Hall and Logan Stankoven each have a goal and 2 assists. NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder has ruled out forward Jalen Williams for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals Saturday against San Antonio because of a hamstring injury. In Major League Baseball this evening, the Atlanta Braves improved to 39-19 with an 8-3 victory at Cincinnati. Cleveland over the Red Sox 4-3. The Guardians' Cade Smith the first in the majors to 20 saves. Right now, the Minnesota Twins holding a 5-4 lead at Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 8th inning. The San Diego Padres up 7-5 at Washington going to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Padres' Jackson Merrill, the go-ahead 2-run home run in the top half of the 7th inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the go-ahead 2-run double in the top of the 8th inning, propelling the Toronto Blue Jays to a 6-5 lead at Baltimore now in the top of the 9th. Tampa Bay's Yandy Diaz now has 2 home runs on the night. He has 10 home runs on the season as his Rays lead the Angels 8-5 after 8 innings. The New York Mets holding on to a 6-5 lead over the Marlins in the bottom of the 7th inning at Citi Field. Cardinals up 5-4 over the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th inning in St. Louis. The Detroit Tigers up 2-1 over the White Sox at the top of the 8th inning on a 2-run home run by Dylan Dingler. A dinger by Dingler. By the way, White Sox rookie first baseman Munetaka Murakami, who has 20 home runs this season, left the ball game against the Tigers because of right hamstring tightness. Guys, all yours.
Thank you, Arlo. Odd couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a funky flashback Friday. By the way, University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA. Now, with 10 specializations, no application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. Last call on the way as well. And want to get to this. Donovan Mitchell, Rob G, had a lot to say about his fellow backcourt mate, James Harden, who's been catching a lot of flack, and he defended him.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell has been doing a monthly diary for Anscape. Shout out Mark Spears. We love Mark Spears. And, of course, Donovan Mitchell, being the stand-up guy that he is, did a entry immediately after the Cleveland Cavaliers were eliminated. Stood on business, still did his entry. And one of the things he discussed was about the sullied reputation of his backcourt mate, James Harden. Here's what he said, quote, "I've watched Harden for 9 years. I've watched it and to see it firsthand, the work ethic, the passion, the IQ, the leadership. The man just gets a bad rep." And I talked about how he changed the game and all that stuff, but he did. Yeah, sure, he's had some rough moments. I'm sure we all have. LeBron is one of the greatest players ever. We don't really speak on the Mavs final when he struggled in Miami.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
do.
Donovan.
Let me finish.
No, Donovan was tripping on that
What did they say? Come on, Rob G.
Donovan was tripping on that
We can't let that go by. We never mentioned that.
It's literally the number one thing.
And then
Have you ever heard of the name Barea
JJ
before?
Barea name is probably still like a top 20 Google search every year.
Jason Terry.
Simply because of that.
Jason Terry was like 49.
Dirk's still on Peacock. Yes, he says, we don't speak on that. We don't speak on Jordan taking 8 years to get to the finals. We only speak on the wins. Unless you win the championship, no one's going to say anything positive. For me, my biggest reason to backing him and supporting him is because we lose the plot of greatness if there's no ring attached.
I'm going to go here. Number one, I think we speak highly of a lot of guys, Rob, who didn't get championships. Now, you might, where you rank them, be a little lower because you got to start having the accolades when we're ranking you.
We talk about Charles Barkley.
We talk about Barkley, and a lot of people,
until
Tim Duncan really kind of solidified himself, people said Chuck was the best power forward, or maybe Karl Malone, but he was right there in the mix. You know who nobody says anything negative to? John Stockton. You knew he played hard. You knew he competed. He got to a couple finals. Just Michael Jordan had to be there. Reggie Miller. Does anybody ever question Reggie Miller's effort, one and desire to win and what he means to the game? Nobody does. You just say, dang, Reggie didn't get one. In fact, you actually had the conversation. You go, man, who's the guy you wish could ever got one? People say Chuck. People say Reggie. People say Stockton. My point is, James Harden doesn't match something they all had, and that was the eye test and how much they care when they play, Rob G. Let's just be real. And that's what Donovan Mitchell is missing. Nobody's asking him to be perfect. Nobody's asking James Harden to have, I never lost elimination games. But you know what you can't be? You can't be 3-12 in elimination games when you were an MVP and a regular MVP candidate for like 6 years. You can't be 3-12 in elimination games. Your stats can't drop dramatically in playoff games routinely. We can't sit up here and have conversations routinely where you have more turnovers than field goals made when you're one of them ones. And that's the issue, Donovan Mitchell. We're not overblowing it. We're not saying being hard on them. We're saying where we see you are from 0 to 82 games, it hasn't matched what we see in the postseason. And if you're as great as we think you were going to be and as great as you would like us to think you are, we have to judge you by these great standards. And that's fair. Nobody's saying he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Nobody's not saying he's one of the best, 75 players of the last 50 years. Whatever you want to do, all that stuff, he's one of the best. If you want to say he's one of the top 5-6 shooting guards, if you want to do that, fine. But when we're breaking down greats and we're being critical of the greats, because that's what you have to do when you're putting people in such rare air, it's fair to criticize him, and it's fair to criticize him for not showing up in big games routinely, regularly. And that's all we're saying. Nobody's saying he's a horrible player. We're saying it's because you've been so good or great in the regular season. We have high expectations for you, and you haven't lived up to them. 3-12 in elimination games is something to be concerned with. Not getting back to the finals since you left the Thunder, and then not even playing great when you did get to the finals is something to be concerned with. And we do bring that up with LeBron because, again, when you talk about greatness, we do nitpick. He didn't look great. J.J. Barea, you guys coughing, laughing it up and joking with Dirk and him, and they came back and won. So we do bring that stuff up.
Yeah, I just think the idea that you downplay not winning and greatness doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it just doesn't. As somebody who plays, Donovan, you're trying to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
For what reason then? Just say I don't care. No one's going to say that. People play that. There's a prize at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin, you want to be the best ever, right?
Yep.
You want to be one of the best. You want to hold that trophy. It means so much to you. So the whole idea that, yes, James Harden has done a lot of things in his career. It's not like he went to the finals, played great every time, and they just never won. I think there's a different
I completely agree.
A different
Completely
conversation if that's the case. But when you're not the same player, and you wilt and you make mistakes and you turn the ball over during those times, the same way when we talk about great players who make great plays. Mm-hmm. And Derek Jeter hit a home run to win in extra innings, Mr. November, and he makes the back flip.
Keep going.
And he dives into the stands and bloodies his face, catching a foul ball, right, where he could have easily pulled up Kelvin in the World Series. That we look at those. And then Derek Jeter, at the end of the day, has 5 World Series, and you say, because he did this and that, and he did this.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
His teammate for several years, Alex Rodriguez. We knocked him because of how great he was. MVPs. Well, why aren't you showing up in big moments?
And then in 2009,
he righted the ship.
And then people gave him his respect. If without A-Rod, they wouldn't have won in 2009. He got every big hit. And it was like, finally, he showed up to the party. Yes. That's all people are talking about with James Harden. Nobody's saying he's a scrub or can't play. He has a tremendous resume.
It's insane. Breaking some of it down. I mean, we got
MVP for the casuals. Because all we see is James Harden sucks in the playoffs.
Only my resume is probably better.
It's up there, Rob. He's rivaling you.
It's up there.
But look, MVP, 11-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, 6 times first team.
That's great.
6th man of the year. This is the best one. 3-time scoring champion and 2-time assist leader.
Yep.
Okay? It's part of the 75th anniversary team. You mentioned that. All-rookie team and a 2-time gold medalist.
Incredible.
That's incredible.
And that's why we expect more.
Yes.
When I tell you all that, you'll go, that guy has at least a ring or two. If I told you all that, wouldn't you?
Wasn't the Mets game 5-0?
It was. It was. The Mets is mad.
Sorry
Why would you do that? Jason Smith is here. Why would you do that, man? But Rob G, isn't that fair? If I told you all, if I did a blind, stat or accolades game, you would go and I said, how many rings does that guy have? You would say at least 2, maybe.
Yeah, you say 2. Over under 1.5.
Yeah, you say, he's got 2. He doesn't, and mind you, he hasn't even. To Rob's point, he hasn't even gotten there since he became the guy. When he was with the Thunder, young guy, 2nd, 3rd year in the league, he got there. We haven't seen him in these deep playoff runs since.
Yeah, every one of those accolades except for the all-rookie team have been attained after he left OKC.
and you've not had a great, this wow, he made it to the finals, even if he lost. Yep. And that's why I said, my last point, Rob, all the greats, this is one of my criteria, have at least made it to the finals. Because even guys like Reggie, Chuck, Malone, and Stockton, who else is great that didn't necessarily win one? Chris Paul even finally made it. Allen Iverson made it. When you start going down the list, Patrick Ewing made it a couple times. Even guys who didn't win it, they at least got there. And it's like, only person I've always said is Steve Nash. He's the only one that I can think of. If maybe let me know if I'm missing somebody. My point is, when you're that great, Dwight Howard.
Sure there's a few others, but
I'm sure there's a few others. But the greats, they make it there at least because you have 12, 15 years to do it if you're that great. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he hasn't done it, and even if he would just par his normal self, you'd be like, hey, at least he tried. You can't be sub your normal regular season regularly.
I just don't understand. No one's saying you have to get up there and bash James Harden. But
don't
act like we're crazy about talking about you expect a great player to play great in a postseason. I just don't like that makes no sense to me.
And even the eye test, Rob, just looks. How many times, Rob G, have you watched him play throughout his last 10, 12 years? You go, does he care?
Crazy.
Is he there?
You get to a game 6, game 7, just forget about it.
And that's all I'm saying. Damian Lillard never went nowhere, but none of us ever questioned, was he out there giving his all? He made big shots. He's won series. You never question. You just wish his team was better, but you never question him. You get the difference. See what I'm saying? That's the difference to me.
This is for Jason Smith. An update for Jason Smith.
Oh, what is it?
Is he in the studio? Now?
Probably somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, he's probably in the kitchen or whatever. Jason Smith. I'll give you a little update.
What's the update?
Mets were up 5-0. It's 7-7. Marlins have tied the Mets here in the eighth inning. My goodness gracious!
Why you do that to him?
I don't know. All right.
At least he's got his Knicks. That's all he can leave.
That's all for right now, yes.
Last call, 877-99 on Fox. Last call, 877-99 on Fox. Hit your boys up. It's Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance.
Your call's important to us.
Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
Of course, the Cavs get swept in the playoffs.
Yay.
People are calling for Kenny Atkinson's head, and of course, the Cavs do what?
Absolutely nothing. The Cleveland Cavaliers, despite getting swept and embarrassed in Game 4, they lost by damn near 40 points. It wasn't even competitive after the first quarter. Donovan Mitchell said after the game, I have no doubt that this group can get there. There being the NBA Finals, there being the top of the mountaintop, there being an NBA championship. Said it all year. The biggest thing is you use that as a learning lesson. Well, they're apparently taking a big learning lesson because ownership, Dan Gilbert, has decided, according to multiple outlets, that Kenny Atkinson as the head coach, James Harden as the point guard, and until further notice, Donovan Mitchell, they're all coming back next season in 2026.
This is simple for me. Fans ask and they wonder why their team hasn't won a championship in forever or 40 years, or the Lions or the Mets haven't won since 1986. I could go on and on and on of all these teams that haven't won in a long time. And usually fans will try to buy them with the idea that it's bad luck or, you know what I mean,
that
they're
dang
cursed, they're cursed or something happened. No, it's not. It's what the Cleveland Cavaliers did today, which is ignore the obvious elephant wearing a polka dot bikini inside the room, and they're just going to ignore it. What Kenny Atkinson did in Game 1 when he stopped coaching was a fireable offense. I get it. He beat the Pistons, the number 1 seed. They won Game 5 and Game 7 on the road in Detroit. We gave them credit. Applause. Very nice. But let me tell you, his coaching job and what he did here, and had the audacity to tell fans that coming into Game 4 that analytically they had won 2 of the first 3 games. Analytically. Dan Gilbert, this is for you. Hello, is this on?
It's on.
Okay. The team you just got embarrassed by got swept. Kelvin was against it last year, but I wasn't. And guess what? The Knicks went to the Eastern Conference Finals, lost the first 2 games, including blowing Game 1. And what did I say, Kelvin? That Tibbs needed to be fired. And guess what? They fired him. Now, I'm not a Mike Brown fan, but they needed a new voice and a change. Guess what they did this year? They went to the finals. They weren't afraid to make a change. Sometimes you got to make a change. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. This is a mistake by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this is why this franchise hasn't won since Moby Dick and LeBron James was a guppy. That's the only time that this thing has ever happened there.
Well, you got to tell Dan Gilbert that. Dan Gilbert make it like it wasn't nothing. We can win without you, LeBron. We'll do this. They ain't did nothing before or after. This is definitely, to me, I was telling Rob G this. You can't bring back a situation where 2 of the 3 main cogs, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and Kenny Atkinson, I have major concerns with, right? And this is, for me, I was like, we talked about this. I just couldn't see a backcourt of James Harden and Donovan Mitchell getting to the finals. They could absolutely have proved me wrong. I would have had to have seen it. They didn't.
They did prove you wrong in the Pistons series.
I ain't talking about the Pistons series.
No, but you didn't think that they could do that.
You didn't think the Knicks would get there.
I know, but I'm saying but you talking about the backcourt.
I said they can't get to the finals.
You didn't think they could beat the Pistons.
And they got swept. And not only swept.
You didn't think they could beat. Why can't you acknowledge that? You didn't think that backcourt could beat the Pistons.
I didn't think they could.
Okay, and I thought that they could beat the Knicks, and I was wrong. Just admit it.
I've been admitted it when they beat the Pistons. I'm on the Knicks right now.
Just go ahead.
And I absolutely thought they had no shot getting to the finals because I don't believe in James Harden, and I don't believe that Donovan Mitchell can be the one to singularly lead you. And Kenny Atkinson, who I was pretty much indifferent about, hey, they say he's a good coach. He's had some good run. Okay, we'll see. The problem I have with him is that when it was crunch time, or when it's time to make decisions, or when it was time to own up and fess up, he never did it. Game 1, they're up 22 with 7.5 left. They end up losing that one. And then instead of being like, hey, I'm not going to lie, I messed up, I should have used my timeouts, or I messed up, we should have, had some better defensive rotations, he doubled down on it. He's like, oh, I will put James Harden in any situation like that. That's how we want to do it. And then, I like to keep a timeout. He doubles down on it. Then you go into what else does he do? As you just mentioned, he starts talking analytically. Analytically, we've won 2 of the 3 games. And then James Harden comes out, and what does he say? Well, shoot, I think we're the better team. I think with better team, we didn't win, but we're the better team.
Coach speak. We know
but
that.
No, you can do that, and I understand that.
All the time. Everybody.
Nobody does that when they get swept. What was the bread? What was the one? The where to get a roll?
Oh, on the hard roll. On the hard roll. Don't we have that?
Man.
James Brown, to me, right there, that one, get back, made me want to kiss myself.
2 seconds. Ow! When Eddie Murphy does him as
on a hard roll.
Too hot in the hot tub. Want to give me the hot tub? Yeah. Y'all want me to get in the hot tub? Too hot, man.
You know that's on my playlist, right? That sketch?
Oh, yeah. That's
on my playlist.
That's top tier. And I think Eddie was like 19. Just a genius, man.
I remember when he left Saturday Night, I was so bummed out. I was like, oh, my God.
They were, too.
Like, dude, I know he wanted to make movies, make a lot of money, and it's, rather than doing a couple scenes on a Saturday night. I was like, dude, that's going to hurt the show.
He was a rock star. When you think of the 80s, it's like him, Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Mr. T.
He was must-see TV.
Yeah, like movies, TV, he was absolutely that guy. Obviously, stand-ups.
And then he was like, and then he started doing all these horrible movies.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, he signed that 20-movie deal with Paramount, so he had to just start Norbit and Pluto gnashing us.
Terrible.
It's like, all right,
Terrible.
Eddie, you was like 5 for 5 starting the 80s.
Yep, and then you were
boom,
like,
boom,
and now you're 0 for 10.
Trading Places, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop 2. It was like boom, 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 boom. Then they got it. It was like, all right, Eddie, we got to relax. All right, it's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Funky Flashback Friday. And by the way, if you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Follow us, like it, rate it 5 stars, provide a review. Tell your friends about it. We appreciate it. Just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You're going to find a full version and the best of. Rob G will get it up here shortly when we get done with the show. Let's get to it. It's time for Last Call.
This is the last call.
Last Call!
It's last call time on the Odd Couple.
Last call. Whoa. Who we got? That was a classic. That was hilarious.
I need a tissue.
You was over here. Your
got a
nose
tissue
was
for me?
literally the truest definition of running. It was dripping. I don't got a cold.
I don't get sick.
I don't
Who
get
gets
sick.
So anyway, Kelvin, it sounded nasal. I told you. Remember I said, say me. Say me. Brain. Sounded terrible.
All right, a Jay in Montana. Here on the Odd Couple.
Good evening, gentlemen. Love your show.
Thank you, Jay.
I couldn't get in before, but here's my 2 cents about this Jackson Dart thing.
Yes.
And I'm going to try and be as apolitical as possible. Keep it on football terms. So I think we'd agree that coming into this season, we already question his decision-making. Is that putting it charitably?
Okay.
Getting blasted on the sidelines, throwing kind of errant passes, giving up leads, fumbling, whatever. He's a rookie. But, he's a quarterback of the New York Football Giants. And if he doesn't have the awareness to know that embracing, this isn't any president. So if he doesn't understand that and he's doing what he's doing, and he has to know it's going to have a divisive effect on the locker room. Not everyone's going to hang with that.
Jay, let me stop you real quick. I'm going to let you. You're spot on. This is not a normal George Bush back in the day, Jimmy Carter. This is so totally different. So you can't just act like it's just the president. So it's not.
If you're a quarterback of the New York Football Giants, you have to have some awareness. And I grew up in the Bay Area with Joe Montana. That guy was a diplomat. He was. Anyway, you're managing the team. You're the face of the team.
And not to mention, he didn't even let the team know. Like you can't be the face of a franchise, Jay, to your point. And not like who? Hey, I'm getting ready to do this.
The Giants are taking off. They were like, what?
They were upset about that. Yeah, you can't be. Listen.
Nah, because you represent the organization. They need to know that. They just need. It's just like if you went to some other crazy, say not the president, you were doing some crazy. Appearing with somebody, yes, because you don't just represent yourself. You represent the organization 24/7.
You're not a third string tight end.
No,
you know what I mean. You are the quarterback of one of the blue bloods of the NFL.